back. We got another episode of Dungeons and Dragons with Dwarven Forge terrain with the Doom of Dagger Dale. Before we get started, real quick, we want to go ahead and just thank our Patreon supporters, and we want to thank our subscribers for all the people, and of course, we want to thank you, the viewers, for anybody that's here already and anybody that comes in. Also, want to go ahead and just let you know about Stat Trackers. One of our people in our group actually makes this. It's Alistair Bramblebee, the dwarf. If you're following the game, this is really cool stuff. I actually use it. It's a lot of times Dungeons and Dragons, they try to sell you stuff that you really have no use for, but this is actually really useful. You can tell it's done by someone who's actually played the game. What it's great for is, rather than having to put tons of markers in your monster manual, flipping around, looking for the particular monster when you're going into a fight, you have these little cards right here. They're great. You just keep them. I keep them right here laying on right next to my PC because I combine it with Roll20, and it's just really useful. I can instantly break this out and have it right there in front of me and know what their skills are, everything else. Also want to thank NCR Sounds and Music, because we do use a lot of non-copyrighted music and sounds on our videos, so got to give a thanks to them. And this is session 4 with the good team. We are going by 5e rules. Everybody started out level 1. We converted this adventure over from 2nd edition to 5th edition. This whole map, of course, is made with Dwarven Forge. We got city pieces, forest pieces, mountain pieces, all sorts of stuff, road pieces. You should really support them. They are awesome. Obviously, you can tell just by looking at this map, they make incredible stuff, literally the best terrain on the market. Also, our next game will be this coming Friday at 6 p.m. on the 16th. That will be the Evil Team, again, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be part 4. I'm Tony. I'm the Dungeon Master, and as you can see by my 80s Dungeon Master outfit, and I'm going to let the players introduce themselves, and we're going to let's go ahead and start with Alexander.
Hey everybody, I'm Alexander, and I'm playing Malkavia, the half-elf rogue.
All right, Razanor.
I am Matt Mason. I'm playing Razanor, the Dragonborn Paladin of Justice.
Alistair.
My name is James Kelleher. I'm playing Alistair Bramblebeard. He is a Dwarven Druid.
Scraps.
Hi, my name is Colin Kopp, and I'm playing Scraps, the Kobold Artificer.
Hans.
I am Cody, and I am playing Hans, the Illusionist Entertainer.
The Gentleman Faraday.
What's up, guys? I'm Omar. I am playing Faraday, a rogue halfling.
And Thalaris.
I'm Eli. I'm playing Thalaris, the Elvish Druid.
All right. So that is everyone. We're just going to get right back into it. When last we left the party, they had just got themselves a mountain lion cub. They luckily rolled everything just right. On the last roll, they were able to get the animal handling. And now the cub seems to be following Razanor, the Dragonborn Paladin, around. They had found, took a side quest looking for some goblins that seemed to be raiding some supplies that were coming into the town by the Red Rock Tavern. The owner was Kessler, so they're out trying to find out, of course, find the goblins who are attacking her caravans that are coming in. And they also took another side quest looking for whatever is killing all the cows in the pasture that they've come across. They haven't found any bodies, but they're on the lookout for that. So now I believe they had just woken up. They had the mountain lion behind them. I'm going to let the guys go ahead and do their wake up RPing.
So that's how you cook a nice hash for breakfast.
I think it's almost better raw.
Oh,
You're going to have to work on your palate quite a bit there, Scraps.
Alistair hungrily eats up all the hash he's given with his fingers and just wiping his hand in his beard when he's done. He's like, that's good. I like that. So you're ready?
Seasoning.
Back on the trail then.
To find some cows.
Or goblins.
That too.
Goblins. I would very much like if the goblin situation with the caravans was the same situation with the cattle. Things a lot easier.
Faraday comes out of the brush. He's naked from the waist up. He's got a towel thrown over his shoulder. Ah, wonderful morning, fellas.
Alistair,
Saturday.
what have you been getting up to?
Well, you know, it's sometimes you got to get some water splashed in your face. I just found a stream about I don't know 300 feet from here. So
Ah, good. Glad to see you're not neglecting your hygiene.
never.
See that bramble builder over here scoffs at the idea of cleaning oneself.
Well, and I wouldn't say that, but it's not like you gotta bathe every month.
It helps you blend into the environment.
Which
Hey.
environment?
It's natural.
Yeah, natural stuff.
Well, chaps,
I
shall
unfortunately
we
cannot.
pack up and get moving?
As y'all are thinking about packing up and getting moving, you hear this in the distance. You hear a big battle horn. I need everybody to roll me a perception roll, please.
Perception.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely, as long as you beat an 8, you're fine. But Colin got the 8.
15.
24.
Woo.
I got a 20 and a 19.
All right.
21.
Big old 5. I don't
Zero.
That rolled a 0. All right,
Oh,
our
boy.
Dragonborn.
Ratchner is snapping.
Yes.
All right, well, it seems as
Cleaning
if
his teeth.
everybody else.
Maybe he's like putting his armor on. He doesn't hear anything because it's like
He truly
his
was
chest
sleeping.
piece. He's like trying to like.
A chainmail, it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, you're just relaxed, man. You don't hear anything. I've never seen a 0. So, but
That
everybody
one
else
milestone.
then, other than Raznor, everybody else can hear, like almost like it sounds like a drum, and then like singing, like very low bellowing singing, like, and you hear that coming in the distance. It seems to be approaching you, this singing. What would you like to do?
Snuff the fire.
Douse the flames? Okay.
And cover it with everything so it doesn't like smoke up.
I will use prestidigitation to put the campfire out.
Bing.
Bam. All right, the campfire is gone. We'll just take that off the thing. Just so it doesn't even.
Do we recognize it all? Do like we recognize the horn or like the
I was just gonna
marching
ask
or singing or anything? Does it sound like orcs or goblins or does it sound like soldiers or something?
Give me since it's a little bit far away, I'll have it where you have to listen. Give me another perception then, since you're trying to really discern it. Give me roll the better than an 8. Better than an 8 again. This is a low one.
It was 7, so no.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not able to really discern it from this. It still just sounds like bellowing and singing. So you can't really discern it from this distance, what the language is so far.
Is it through the woods itself? Like, is there like lots of cover and brush and everything else in the way?
Yeah, you can hear it coming through the woods towards you. Just this singing. There's a drum. You hear like a flute. It's like a whole bunch of just kind of like a little bit of instruments, and you also hear the singing approaching.
I'm going to send my raven, my new familiar, out and flying up over, and then I'm going to be sitting and looking through its eyes, just sending in the direction that we hear this from.
Ah, okay.
Thor is very hurriedly getting his armor on and, belt and all of that equipment back on.
Raznor is sitting around going, "What the hell y'all listening to?"
I
don't hear nothing.
I want to go up to the largest tree that's in that direction and just kind of press myself against it while also pulling out my bow and just knocking an arrow.
Okay. Who was
This
that?
reminds me of one time where I heard the war cries of a kobold group.
I slowly
just
aimed the
outside
bow
the
at
Silver
Faraday.
Marshes.
All right,
I
who's
take the
hiding
rest of
behind-
the hash from the pot and I just put it on my plate and I just keep eating and I kind of go behind a bush and I just keep eating.
It was quite
aimlessly.
spectacular, really. There was about
I just-
15
yeah,
or 20 of them.
I just dive into the nearest bush and leave Faraday to talk to himself.
All right. So y'all are hiding behind the bushes right now, or at least few of y'all. So y'all are hiding from this music that's approaching.
The only thing we could do, really, was put the wagons in a circle and hope for the best.
Is he just talking to the mountain
Tell me
lion
what
and
you're hiding.
Raznor right now?
Well, like seeing everyone get ready for like even an assault, Raznor quickly like puts the lion cub in his pack, just like making room, putting it in there, and trying to like pick up a spot where he can, try and maybe bear the brunt of the assault or something, because shield fighter, first one in front.
All right. As you put your little mountain lion cub, we're not going to roll any animal handling for this because you rolled it last round. You woke up in the morning, so you're still good. You woke up and you put it in there, and it looks up at you with this cute little kitten eyes and licks your little dragon scale claw, and then pokes its head into the bag.
Give it a little scritch before I close the hatch.
All right, so everybody basically is hiding, but Raz. All right, so you're all hiding. The music gets louder, and coming through the trees, you see this right here, all on the table here in my outfit. First, you see the drummer. The drummer guy comes through the woods first. And it's a band of dwarves. They are singing. You can tell they are just at this moment happy. They don't
They're all
notice you.
evil.
They're all evil.
That's racist.
All evil dwarves.
They're night
That's my
dwarves.
other
Kill
view.
them. Kill them. They're
Are
night
they made of
dwarves.
wood?
All right. So all these dwarves are coming through woods. I know they're close to you on the board, but they don't technically see it. So I don't have to move a million pieces right now.
Are they mountain dwarves or hill dwarves or other?
Since Alistair would know, and that's you, Alistair, right?
Yep.
All right. You could tell from the look at them, they are mountain dwarves from this distance. You don't need to roll for you're a dwarf. So you're going to know your own kind.
Our
But they
trashy cousins from the mountain.
Oh, what was that? One of them
said,
hears talking through the woods. What was that? Come out! All right. At that
step
moment, since you said that, they
I
all
step
like.
out. As I'm saying my trashy cousins from the mountain, I step out to reveal myself.
Are you still eating
Oh!
the hash? Like,
Yes, I'm still eating.
All right. So you're still eating. Oh, well, what do we have here? A fellow dwarf. What's be out here? You're by yourself, are you? And you got a friend there? No. Well, a big dragon kind. What be your name, sir?
Alistair Bramblebeard.
Alistair Bramblebeard. My name's Vivek Hammerbrand, and we're the clan of Brightbeard. Sorry, Brightbeard. My mouth wasn't coming out there. We are looking here. We've been following on the trail of some gobbies for a few days. We haven't seen anything. They've been desecrating this area around here, causing lots of problems. What are you doing out here? Anybody else with you?
Yeah. Come on out, boys. It's okay.
So, yeah, I just kind of saunter out. What's the meaning of this, chaps? What's going on
Hey!
here? What the racket was it really necessary? They could hear you from about 15 miles away.
Our
Aye.
cousins here are on the trail of the goblins, but I don't think they're using stealth.
Evidently.
I'm still holding my bow and just slowly lowering it as I walk closer to the dwarves.
You don't. No trust. All right.
What was his name again?
Vivek Hammerbrand, and this is the Bright Blade dwarves. And when you're looking over these dwarves, it's all manner of dwarves. There's men, there's women dwarves, obviously male, female dwarves. You've got the bard. You can see there's some wizard-like dwarves in there. Magic user, it appears. it's just a whole clan of about 11 or 12 dwarves that are just rolling through the woods, and they're basically, you could tell they seem as if they've been in the woods for a few days, kind of dirty and everything else. They look at all y'all and they say, "So, I like your band there. Well, you say you're on the trail of some gobbies as well?"
That is correct, sir.
Well, I got to also
And some slaughtered cows.
every give me on everyone. Give me a perception check, or no, give me an insight. Insight. We're gonna do insight. Give me an insight. Everybody, see if you can beat at least a 13.
I got
20.
22.
Oh,
22.
okay.
I got an 11.
Who got
Yay,
the?
having this negative
12.
wisdom.
Okay. Who got the 22?
Hans.
All right, Hans. You notice that as they're talking and they're telling you about gobbies, it seems kind of strange that you have so many dwarves that would be out here just looking for goblins, and you kind of let your party know that. Like, it's kind of weird that you have so many. It seems kind of just strange. Something's just off.
I'm gonna just kind of whisper under my voice and say, "Do any of you chaps have any kind of detection skills? Magical."
So
I
I speak.
can.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to know if these chaps are on the up and up.
I try to kind of stand in front of Faraday while he's like kind of gesturing to the rest of the group. And then I speak up to Fivik and say, "So you all must have seen a lot of very easy battles if you think that you can just march through a forest banging your drums really loud trying to look for something that hides."
They kind of look around at each other. Well, us dwarves were people that are festive sometimes. No need to concern yourself with such things. We'll be on our way we're gonna be on our way heading up towards the mountains in just a while. Sorry to have disturbed you. They begin to look a little like, wary that you asked that question.
Can I tell if there's anything in their physical form that looks unusual?
Give me another insight check.
And just real
I
quick,
look at-
Rasnor would like to use Divine Sense.
Divine sense. All right, hold on.
I look at Fivik with my really low insight roll, and I go, "Psh, half elves. What do they know of dwarves, huh?"
So obviously you
that's
couldn't discern it. They look like normal dwarves. Now, Razanor, you want to do what did you say? I'm sorry. The divine.
Divine Sense. So basically, anyone within 60 feet of me, as long as they're not behind total cover, I know the location of any celestials, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of me. I know specifically which kind of ping it is, celestial, fiend, or undead, but I don't know exactly their identity, unless obviously I'm looking right at them.
All right. Go ahead. You cast it. Is there any type of save or anything for that?
No, it's a class ability, and it just
Oh, class
happens.
ability. All right. Well, I can tell you, you don't. You cast it, and you don't get anything. Doesn't seem like they're anything other than dwarves, but they just seem to be a little bit, skeptical.
What was the party makeup again? You said there was definitely a bard, and there was one that looked like a magic user, like a wizard.
Yeah, that's right. You had a magic user. You had a whole bunch of not just dwarves that would be. It looks like obviously just fighting gobbies. You got magic user. You got cleric. You got a whole clan almost of the whole dwarves, and it's the Bright Blades. And Alistair, let me go ahead since you are a dwarf. That's right. This is actually in the module. Give me a Let me do history. Give me a history roll.
14.
You just got. All right. You actually recognize this name. It just hits you. The name of the Bright Blades and something about Eagle's Ire. You've heard this name before, and the ruins that are up on top of the mountain. You just can't remember everything, but locally you've heard of the Bright Blades. Oh.
the Bright Blades hail from anyway? I'm not exactly sure. I ask. Vivek.
What do you know about the Bright Blade Trail?
Well, that's what he's asking you, chap.
Yeah.
You've heard of
Something
such
recalled.
things.
Eagle's Ire comes to mind.
At that moment, when you say eagles are, a hush begins to quick come over, and then quick chatters amongst the crowd of dwarves. Physic turns around. He looks at you up and down, then turns back to his lieutenant. It seems like they're talking for a few minutes, and everything. They look back at you, look back at each other, and then, Physic kind of like nods, like okay. And then he comes back over to you. Well, if you've already heard of it, then I suppose there's no harm with telling you about why we're really here. You are a dwarf and all, and a mountain dwarf. Perhaps you could even help us one day. If you know the Bright Blades, then I know you heard the tale of Bassaria and the clan of us dwarfs. About 100 years ago, the Brightway Goldsmiths lived in Delvis in Daggerdale, in peace with the ruler of House Morn, the Mage Lord. The Mage Lord's wife, Balsaria, was a proud and arrogant woman who believed that the people at the day were her servants, not she their protector. One day in autumn, she went to the Bright Dwarves to buy fine jewels. The Bright Blade Dwarves just had finished crafting a masterpiece for the king under the mountain, and as soon as Balsaria saw it, she demanded to buy it. But we refused. But she offered still more, and we refused once again. Vowing vengeance for this slight, she stormed off. When she returned, she told her husband that the dwarves would not sell her fine work, only the trinkets, and she said she was not fit to wear anything other than that. The Mage Lord was angered at his wife's words and swore to teach the dwarves a lesson. Returning to the Bright Blade's dwellings, the Mage Lord threatened us with a sorcerer's curse if they would not pay him a great tribute of gold and work steel as apology for their insults. We refused, but knowing the power of the mage's wrath, our clan and all their kin gathered what they had and left to dwell with the cousin under the mountain to the north. Our champions remained behind to fight the Mage Lord and were destroyed, yet never to be avenged. To this day, us Bright Blade dwarves will render no aid to the descendants of House Morn, and that includes their only male heir, Randor Morn. Now that you know, maybe one day you'll take a trip up there and see what you can find as well. We've heard that the remains of our people still have gone unburied and unconsecrated. We are going there to find them and make sure that they get the peace that they deserve. With that, they turn around and they look, and you can see a kind of like a sternness comes all over their face, an anger of, but also a shame, like embarrassment that this has happened to their clan.
My apologies, Physic. That's a horrible tale of what happened to your kin. But if we ever do make our way up there, and if we find others of your kin, is there anything that we might need to say to them in order to be granted a friendly access?
You won't find not one alive. We only go up there to collect what's left of the remains and give them a proper honor of burial that they deserve. We have heard tales that a great item of power lies in there. If you should find it, return it to us, and we would be most appreciative.
We will do so.
All right. With that, the Bright Blades, they kind of, the horn starts up, and they, not as happy, but they begin to kind of filter back off into the woods, heading towards the mountains themselves. You see to like the northwest. All right. Take all these guys off.
They did at least say that they didn't see any goblins, right? We were cool with that. Okay.
I can put them back. If you want to ask questions, I apologize. I can put it
No,
back.
no, it's fine. It's all
Anybody
good.
has any questions?
I did want to at least say, cousin, if there's anything we can do, we will do it. So this Randall Morn, he's a villain then?
I can't say he's a villain. We ain't heard nothing bad about him, to be quite honest. I ain't gonna lie about the man. As far as a human goes, he's not so bad. But I got to tell you this. Because of what his kin has did, we will render him no assistance, whether he be a fair man or not. We just can't do it. You know what you're saying. You know the pain and our wounds, we carry grudges for a long time. You must understand you're one of us.
I reach into my one of my pouches at my belt, and I pull out this little crudely carved squirrel, and I put it in his hand. I say, "This is for you," and I kind of pat him on the shoulder. I wish I could give you, gold or something, but I don't really have any of that.
Truly, chaps, I regretfully must bestow upon you my total and complete condolences. But before you go, I must ask, this goblin clan that you're chasing, what have you heard of it? Where is it? Do you know, and do you have any information? Because it just so happens, as we've mentioned, we too are looking for a goblin band that has been accosting the city.
To be quite honest, we weren't looking for the gobbies. That's just what we told you because we'd come across some tracks and figured they were around here.
Those tracks, where were they?
They were heading up north there. It seems like they were going that way to the north. We'll be heading northwest. But we saw them that way. You might see them. The last time we actually caught a little sight of them, probably I'd say an hour through the woods up that way.
Fair enough. Chaps, I believe we have a lead.
I grab my pack and I start heading over that way. Just like grab and go.
Fair journey to you then. Y'all seem to be good, honorable people. May the gods be with you.
You as well.
All right.
Cheerio.
All right, so they now pack off because, they're going to do their thing. So you've learned a little bit about what happened at Eagles Island and what, basically what might have occurred there with the Mage Lord. So what do you want to do now?
It also sounds like Randall Morn is the rightful ruler in Daggerdale, right?
Yeah.
He is technically the rightful ruler. That is the history that was told to you actually in the beginning. I don't know if you remember, because the constable is the usurper. Because you met Randall Morn on the road. Right. That was the very first person you met. Him and the Freedom Riders, because they're trying to basically get the town back for Randall. So
and
the dwarves
wanted to pay us if we killed any of Randall's men.
Oh,
exactly.
It's a twisted, tangled web we weave, huh?
Know what the dwarves thought of Randall, just as a third party see who really is the good guy.
Yeah, they don't think they know he's not evil, but they don't. Yeah, they can't bring themselves to help him because of what his ancestor did 100 years ago.
He's gonna have to prove himself to them.
Kind of unfair to judge somebody on the sins of the father, but whatever. So we're going. What do y'all want to do? You can RP a little, or you just let me know.
I quite literally.
Like our friend here is rearing to go after those goblins.
Yeah, I rush over to grab my pack and I start heading in the direction where they said northwest. Correct.
North is the direction of the Gobby tracks.
Okay, yeah.
And then northwest is kind of like the direction of the mountains.
Okay.
I find this
In the
screen
direction
and
of the
I'm
tracks.
following.
Faraday adjusts his pith hat. Well, boys, I suggest we get moving.
Yes, it seems we finally have a lead as to one of our assignments.
Alistair puts down his dish, wipes his fingers on his robe. Off we go.
We go.
All right.
I follow after Malkavia.
Y'all haven't complimented my beautiful lusty hair that I'm wearing here, by the way. See my hair? How beautiful it is.
Looks great.
How shiny. All right, so who's leading?
Malkavia's in the lead. Faraday is second.
Raznor will be third.
I could bring up the rear this time.
Faraday is going to be second.
You're a dwarf on a full stomach, or maybe half stomach. So yeah.
I might be bringing up the rear by like a quarter mile soon.
I'm gonna turn to Scraps and say, "Do not be downwind of that one."
Where is Scraps?
I'll do my best.
I douse the little flame that sits at the very end of my little fireball barrel. Like the pilot light. I just
Might end up casting a car without using the spell slot.
We'll make a
Where's
good team.
Mr. Scraps gonna go?
Hans will be behind Razanor, kind of in the middle.
Mr. Okay, well, where's Scraps? Then? Where's Scraps?
I'll be right in front of Alistair.
Grandpa Aster. Hans is let's see. I'll change that. Y'all have to forgive me. The dungeon master has made a terrible error and can't remember everybody's minute. This one.
I gotta send you mine. I have it
This
boxed
mini.
up. I just haven't sent it yet.
Mine's the kobold.
I got that.
That is Hans.
Oh, nice.
Hans is the one with the blue flames in his hand.
Yep,
Okay.
the
so
blue
he's
and
one.
white.
Did you
Okay.
you printed it, Hero Forge?
And this one.
That wasn't Heroes Forge. That was Eldrick's Foundry.
Oh,
but
nice.
That's
Oh, that
Eli.
was cool.
That's who?
Eldrick's Foundry. Just because they're 3D. That one is
Polaris,
Eli's.
I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's still
Polaris.
ours. Yeah, that's cool. Very
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. Eldritch Foundry.
And this
a
last
little bit more higher detail than Hero Forge, but I still prefer Hero Forge, honestly.
Yeah.
Who's this last
Well-
rogue right here?
I think that's Malkavian.
That's Malkavia, I think.
Okay.
Eldritch Foundry is considerably cheaper for the 3D prints if you have a 3D printer.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys print your own stuff?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
that's-
gentleman Faraday is leading the party.
No, Malkavia's leading the party.
Okay.
I'm after Malkavia.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everything's good now. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta keep
You know,
track.
Malkavia, do you spend a lot of time in the woods? I've been meaning to ask.
Definitely spent the majority of my life. As we met my sister, she's kind of my half sister. That part of my family is a little different. Daddy had a few interests that my mom
yes.
really appreciate.
Unfortunately, I am fairly aware of the wayward father.
But yeah, I spent most of my time with my mom, who
I look at him and I say, that explains a lot.
Blue Road
she
Faraday.
definitely showed me how to use this bow and shoot things like small critters, small things.
Nice.
All right. So this is, you've just got, you've walked for an hour now. Go ahead and person to lead. All right. Malkavia, go ahead and give me a survival roll here.
As I see Malkavia like squinting and trying to read the signs in the trail, I just keep chattering continuously.
Like, I'm trying to look at the damn prints.
So Malkavia, what exactly are you looking for? Might I ask you, sir?
Looking for tracks. Looking for anything that will show us a path outside of what those dwarves made.
Interesting.
If you would like to, look as well, I can kind of point you at the direction of certain
Chap,
things to look out for.
I've never heard you say something sweeter. And I pull out my magnifying glass and I just like kind of look around.
Oh my God.
As soon as he does this, I find any broken branch, and I go, take a look at that. Tell me what you think. And I just keep going.
By the looks of the sap excrement, it appears it's probably been a solid 1 second.
Just to let you know, so you can RP this into the conversation real quick,
yes.
you did find tracks.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay, great. Yeah, so I want to keep moving towards like with the tracks, but like just keep his face like pointed at some broken twig right by the tracks. Just be like, "What do you think of this?"
Interesting. I must analyze it. I take out like a little sketchbook.
I will put my hand on Razanor's shoulder in front of me as I send Quoth, my raven, up following the tracks.
Whoa.
I just got that.
Quoth,
Oh,
the raven. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's going to fly up and try and scout ahead, so I'm going to be looking through his eyes. So I'll be blinded here, so that's why I'm trying to hold onto his shoulder and sitting on
And
the
Razanor looks back at you. Are you all right, my friend?
You just see like my eyes glowing blue. Don't answer you, but
Hmm.
I can't actually hear you. But
When this happens, I take a piece of charcoal out of my pocket and I start drawing a mustache on your face.
Our battle cam is giving us issues right now.
Make sure you give him handlebars.
Oh,
Chap.
of course, the biggest handlebars I can make.
As we're seeing these tracks, I want to make sure that I kind of like wave the attention of everybody else in line, and then point down at the ground, and then make like a motion to walk. So maybe if Quoth is flying by, you could see that to know what to look out for.
yeah, he was on my shoulder. I'm like so. It wasn't until we saw the tracks that I was going to send them
Roger that.
up ahead.
We just got all messed up because oh no, we're back in the same order. Okay.
My Discord's died.
You found the tracks. What do you want to do at this point, guys?
We're gonna keep going. Follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks.
All right. So we're following the tracks. Go ahead. Now that we're starting this next round, give
So
me.
Tony, I don't know if you heard my familiar is flying up ahead, following the tracks, just to give us a little heads up.
Hold on, my headphones got the issue here. What did you say, buddy?
I don't know if you heard the first time, so I sent my familiar flying up, following the tracks, just to give us a little heads up.
Oh, okay. Give me then, and you're looking through their eyes, so you're basically trying to find their tracks. So let's go ahead then, since your Raven is now, I guess, looking for tracks on the ground with his vision.
Well, yeah, we kind of found the track, so I'm just trying to gauge through where it is.
Like
Okay,
a
so
bird's eye view.
okay.
Yeah.
Just to make sure your Raven doesn't lose sight of the tracks, we'll just go ahead and have it roll, but we'll give you advantage since the Raven has wonderful vision. So that will be the one finding the tracks as it's going from above. Go ahead and give me a survival roll with advantage. Just beat a 14.
Survival.
So you're.
So first roll was a 19, so.
Oh, well, don't need a second one. All right. So yeah, your bird, your Raven, as it's flying, with its vision, it's able to continue to see the tracks leading off to the north. It also sees what it can see a few miles ahead, which would take you at least 30 to 45 minutes to walk there from, your distance. It can see way in the distance. It looks like a pile of blood or something, or distance or bones. It can see way in the distance, about another hour off.
Okay. And I will relay that to the party.
And then it
Blood
flies
and
back to
bones
you.
A couple miles off, guys. Just so we have a little heads up. No signs of goblins yet, though.
So I want to make sure that, like, for Malkavi, he's following in the direction in which Quoth actually went, because hopefully it's in a line with the tracks, obviously. But that's the route we're going, and I hear, what Hans is relaying. So I guess in a little bit I'll start like pulling up my bow or something like that. But for now, I still just follow
Okay.
and verify.
In terms of kind of things.
All right, so you're just going through the woods here.
I'm gonna roll a survival check to be able to like find stuff to eat along the way, like peel off a piece of bark and eat some grubs that are under there, or some berries, digging up roots.
Oh my
can
God,
actually
you're always
help you with
eating.
that.
I'm just munching the whole time.
Always eating, man.
Chewing on
Go
a piece of
ahead.
bark. I rolled 16.
Oh yeah, you found something then. All right, so you find some nice tasty bark that you're able to rip off a tree. It looks like it has some grub worms in it, so you're going to get a nice big dose of protein. It's like the D&D version equivalent of a Nature Valley bar.
You ever had a grub, Faraday? I'm holding it to your face.
I just look at it in disgust and just like curl my mustache.
More from me.
That is
Are you gonna finish those?
wholesome.
Here, please. I'm happy to share.
As
I know
that's
you can
going
find
on,
food underneath trees.
I'll look at Thalaris and be like, "Do you have any more of those good berries?"
I do. Here, I have about 4 left, so you can have one.
I will take one and eat that. Versus the grubs.
No grubs. Okay. Fair enough.
So I look back to Bramblebeard and Scraps, and I just inform them it's like if you guys need any food while we're out and about in the woods, I can definitely help procure that. It's not I'm not the best at it, but I know that I can at least round up some food and fresh water for a group of us whenever needed.
I'm more than happy to eat more of whatever you bring.
Normally, I avoid certain things that are less palatable, but for you and Scraps, I think I can help out.
I say, don't worry, these won't spoil my dinner, and I keep eating grubs.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying
Yeah,
my
I hold
preference
up
would be
a
something
little-
else.
I'd be happy to eat
I
that
hold up a
too.
little bag that has like 10 rations in it. I'm like, I have these, but they taste awfully horrible. So if you have something better, I'll be happy to eat it.
Scraps, where did you get your rations from? What even are your rations?
Oh man.
You don't want to know. They're
It's a bag that-
kobold rations, so they're just kind of made of whatever we had lying around.
Oh.
Do they just get better with age?
It
They
ain't
don't
wine, man.
Change ever.
All right.
Perhaps we can work on getting you some actual rations, and Raznor kind of opens up his pack, gives his little mountain lion kitten a scritch, and then pulls out a granola bar like this. This is much better, I'm sure, than whatever you have.
Mountain Lion seems to like it.
Well, I just eats it before you can take it out of the bag.
All right. Give me athletics, because you've now been traveling through the woods again for like 2 hours at this point, because this is your second move. Give me a athletics. Everybody beat, I'll say, an 11.
I fail.
Ooh.
11.
Well, somebody passed. Oh my God! Everybody's
Oh my
exhausted.
God.
Everybody's exhausted.
Nope.
All right.
Dice are not kind to me this day.
All right. Well, you can see the numbers. So obviously, most of y'all, everybody other than Omar and Alistair, is now getting pretty tired. So you're starting to feel the effects of exhaustion here. The first
Are
effect.
we actually are we impacted by exhaustion, or like it's coming?
It's coming. We're just going to say right now it's not yet, but you're starting to, because you just started. You had a good rest. So we'll just say this first round, but you can tell it's starting. It's on its way. So you need to think about that coming in the near future. Every traveling 4, 5, 6 hours through the jungle or through the woods might be time for a short rest eventually.
So are we still on the trail?
Yes, you're still on the trail.
So
You're
is
still
the
on
trail
the trail.
appear to be getting any fresher, or are we
But
like what's the situation with the trail? Is it fresh? Is it a fresher trail? Are we getting closer? Are we making ground? Are we gaining time?
yeah, I was just about to do that. I was literally just
Okay.
about to get to those rolls. Go ahead and give me Malkavia, since you're in the front. Give me a perception roll, and it's with advantage because the crow had already, or the raven had already saw it. Beat a 12 for me. Oh, jeez.
It doesn't
Poor
look like-
Malkavia.
Wow.
All right.
10 with advantage, and that's with a +5.
What the hell,
Oh
man?
my God!
All right. Well, your raven had saw the raven had saw this blood and guts up in the distance, but now for some reason you just can't seem to find it. It seems to be lost. If you want to try looking for it, you could try that.
Yeah, and I'll also inform whoever's beside me. If Faraday's still with me, then I'll say I've lost. I haven't even come across any blood whatsoever, like Hans had said.
With that, I will send Quoth back up to do another.
Well, as soon as Balcavia says that, I whip out the magnifying glass once again, and it says, "Move aside, then. I will give it a try." Can I roll perception?
Yes, you can. Omar can go ahead and take out his magnifying glass. I'm so tempted to give you advantage just for that RP of the magnifying glass, but no, I can't do it.
I don't need no stinking advantage, sir.
No. Go ahead and.
20.
All right, Will.
It moved.
Well, I had said a 12. It was what you needed before.
I
and he,
got a 12 anyway.
Yeah,
There
so
you
you
go.
got it. So you had the 12 because 12 is what I said for Alexander.
That magnifying glass.
But the magnifying glass in hand, I'll let you RP it. You are able to find in front of you. Let me put your little guy in front so you can see that he saw it. He finds this. Now, this is a big pile of entrails.
Okay, all right. So,
I could stand the guy up.
chaps, come around. Come closer. Come closer. It appears that with my superior investigation skills, I have discovered a grouping of entrails, some kind of remains of some creature.
Malkavia begrudgingly like hunkers over, thinking is like he's never gonna live this down.
Now, I must say, this actually reminds me of another instance not too long ago on the way to the Fen Empire, where I discovered a similar grouping of tracks and also a pile of remains. That did not end well, however, because we were shortly attacked by another group.
Asking our dwarf druid friend here if he can identify what this body is.
Oh,
right.
is it a body? I thought he said it was entrails.
Wow.
Well, it's chopped up, a
Complete
whole
body.
bunch of bloody,
Yeah.
a bloody mess.
Oh, okay.
What would you say that is? Nature?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Or
Go ahead and give me nature. Get 12 again. 12.
Oof.
Oof.
Not without advantage.
No.
Hold on. So wait, can you roll again? Because I'm technically still looking at it with the magnifying glass. I'm helping him.
Okay, he can roll it.
All right, roll
Well,
again.
with
Oh.
advantage, I would have a 17 with that roll.
Oh, there you go. So that'll do
Right.
it.
All right, so you're able to discern that this looks like the remains of a cow, and now, it just looks like something has bitten into it or it's been feeding on this bloody remains with the last little bit of gore of a cow.
Tracks?
Go ahead and roll it.
Survival?
Yep, 14. Oh, and you
17.
got it. Okay, you're able to. I'm just going to let you RP it rather than describe because y'all are awesome at RPing. So you find some bear tracks.
Ah, it's a bear. See those? And I put my hand inside the paw print. It's a big one.
Good find.
You
Not
think
quite
this
what
is
we're
what's
looking for.
been traveling all that distance just to get at cows?
Actually,
Easy targets.
can I look around? Like, does it look like the cow is dragged here, or was it like? Is there any way to identify or investigate what the scene was
Yep.
like? Was
Yep, you sure can. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll, another 14. Oh. Although you can tell that it's been chomped on by a bear, you can't really tell exactly, from which direction. But, you do know, obviously, that the pasture was near here that had the cows before.
The Scraps is gonna walk up holding his monocle that Faraday made him and go, "Stand back, gentlemen! I got this!" and look up and try and figure it out himself.
That's obviously how it works, apparently, to get good rolls.
You're going to investigate?
The lens
Okay.
makes it better. Yeah.
All right, go Scraps. Go investigate.
I'm gonna look at him and just proudly nod.
Oh, Scraps, you didn't find shit. You didn't find shit.
Does he get advantage because Faraday is also doing it with them?
Oh.
I have disadvantage actually because it's daytime. So
Oh.
Even
there-
with my monocle, it doesn't balance it out.
No. You.
who knows?
You.
I think it
You.
maybe makes it worse.
Yeah, Scraps did not find. He got this. He knows the same thing, that it's a cow. It looks like obviously it probably came from that pasture. But if it was exactly dragged here by the bear, you can't tell that. But it does look like it was fed on by the
clearly
bear.
a bear that killed the cow, and he came from that direction and just points in a random direction. He's gonna imitate Faraday for a
Well, you
second.
know the tracks. You know where the tracks came from. The tracks are still going up north. The bear tracks are kind of in the general tracks that you originally saw, the goblin tracks and everything going. So, it's that direction. You just don't know if it dragged the body here. That's what you had asked. Could you tell exactly how the body got here?
You know,
Probably
Can
got
I-
lazy on his way home and stopped for a snack.
you know, Faraday. You
If
did
I recall
mention-
correctly,
Go ahead, Rez.
if I recall correctly, bears are very opportunistic. They're scavengers as well as foragers and hunters. So it's entirely possible that something else killed the bear here, or killed the cow here, and the bear just happened upon a lucky snack.
That's true.
Great call. Faraday, remember how we were discussing footprints? Well, what if something was riding a bear?
That's very possible, actually. I think I recall once.
Oh, no.
Seeing
I look at the
seeing
prints.
a-
Does this look like a brown bear or a black bear? I mean, a black bear is considerably smaller than a brown bear.
Since you
Yeah, it would
you
have
passed,
deeper-
did you pass that nature check, right? So
No, the nature was terrible. The tracking was this tracks one was good. The
okay,
tracks
then yes. If you pass your survival, then yes, you can tell it's a brown bear.
a brown bear, so it's a big one. Like I said,
Well, I think at this point we should keep moving and with caution, at least from this point. I turned to Thalaris. Thalaris, I'm not sure how in tune you are with the surrounding area, but is there anything you might be able to discern regarding the animal?
I can check it out, but I don't know the area very well. Tony, what role would I be making? I guess animal? No. Survival? If I wanted to check it out?
Tony?
Sorry, I was moving, trying to move the characters real quick, guys. What'd you say? I messed up.
If I'm checking out the scene, what type of role would I be making if I want to try and use my experience with nature?
You want to check out the scene with all the
Yeah.
blood and the guts from the bear?
Uh-huh.
Like investigating the area again? We'll just use investigation if you're trying to find out exactly how it happened.
Okay.
Just roll a 14 or higher.
Nat one.
Oh! Yay!
Oh man, I stayed
We're
up
killing it.
today.
All right. Because of that, you rolled that 14 or higher. You're able to tell that looks like the bear indeed did drag
Oh, no,
the
it was a
body.
natural one.
Oh, I thought you said you got 14. Oh, you cheated.
No, he said that one.
I thought I said 14. Well, see,
Oh.
that's what happens when the
Much,
DM has
much
to get up
lower.
and move the pieces. You see, had I been at the table, I wouldn't have to try to get up and try to move these pieces. I was maneuvering around the camera. Hold on.
Everybody, go back 10 seconds.
Nope, you already heard it.
As
So-
I was saying,
Yeah, Faraday for some reason all of a sudden has a spark of like somehow remembers that bears must have I don't know. Figure it out.
It's the magnifying glass.
Right. He notices drag marks.
Well, if it
I'm like,
appears
gentlemen,
that this is
gentlemen,
what's-
look here. On the cow's left hoof, there is a small pattering of alabaster dust. There is no alabaster in this area, therefore I incur. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, regardless,
Infer.
I infer. Thank you, sir. I infer that the cow must have been dragged here. Dragged? Drug? I don't know. Anyway, it was brought here by the bear. So there you have it.
Possible.
Where did it go now? North? We should go get it.
Yeah, we should definitely keep following these tracks, but we should probably be cautious.
Really,
I'm
what's the
going
worst
to
that can
Bear
happen?
here, be on guard.
I'm going to just like whisper something to Quoth, and then it is going to fly over and land on Faraday's shoulder, and using mimicry, say "Nevermore" before flying back
Nerd.
up.
Literary nerd.
And Hans, this bird of yours, we really must have a conversation about it.
Oh,
I believe you have enough conversation for both of us, yes?
Can y'all see the board? Can y'all see the board okay?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So give me another. Well, what are y'all doing? You sent your bird up at this point. You're wanting to look for more tracks.
Sure.
No, yeah, let's just follow the tracks north.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
think we
I
got
thought I
it.
heard you just say you sent up the bear. I mean,
He's
not the
just
bear.
messing with Faraday.
So okay, I thought he was talking to me. All right. So y'all are continuing to head north. That's fine. At that point, then give me an athletics check. Let's see if you're getting tired here.
And
'Cause now you've been traveling-
disadvantage, right? If we have
Well-
exhaustion.
Well, the first time, no, because you had already had that long rest. That was that first roll. But if you fail this one, then yeah, you're going to be under the effects of the first step of exhaustion. So you got to roll an 11 or higher.
Whew, just made 11.
19.
failed.
I failed. That's my first fail, though.
Yeah, and
Mine.
Alistair didn't fail the first time too, so now we're all like even.
Yeah.
I'm getting a stitch from all that hash. Ah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure it was
Is
the
that
hash.
what you call it, sir?
So
Oh, that feels better. Ah.
Good God, man.
I can't help it.
All I hear is like,
Are the dwarves returning?
like a tro-
So everybody basically is under the effects of exhaustion then. Or at least the people who fail. I think if Alexander looks like he passed, and then someone else I heard said they passed. So a few people passed, a few people failed. So those people under the effects. Go ahead and now that you've moved up into the forest a little bit more, give me Malkavia, since you're in the lead again, you'll do a natural. Give me another perception roll. This time, I think. Did you fail? Are you under the effects? No, you're not. You're not exhausted.
good.
So yep, you're good. So just give me 11 or higher. All right. Well, you didn't get it. All right. Everything looks good. The forest is things are chirping, birds are chirping, and
Trees are trees.
Yep,
grass
trees are
is
trees,
grass.
birds are birds, air is air. Life is good. What do y'all want to do?
Floor is made of floor.
Is there any like notification from the others that are exhausted?
Well, they maybe letting you know they're exhausted, or
Yeah. Or is it like noticeable where we have like the dwarf holding onto trees going
well, that's up to them if they want to RP. They're that tired.
Well, I mean, I only failed one of the 2 exhaustion checks, so I'm not exhausted. Is that how that works? You have to fail both?
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I was gonna have it where if you failed the second one, that was just that much. But if you failed both, we'll do. You're under the effects of exhaustion then.
So is there anybody that is?
Yeah. So Razanor at this point is like, he really is looking tired as hell, but you can tell he's like forcing himself to move forward still and do his best to not show it.
Now, is it even close to nighttime? No, right?
No, it's only past a few hours. It's only been about
Can't hear
about-
you, Faraday.
only been about 3 hours now. So
Faraday, what are you doing there?
I'd say it's about 12:30, 1
Faraday.
o'clock.
Day, your audio's messing up.
Oh, he's on push to talk.
Push to talk, Faraday.
Oh no.
I was telling Razanor that he's got to get his calisthenics together. Because he sees Faraday like,
Needs to do some cardio.
It is easy for one who wears only clothes such as you to say such things. I, however,
I prefer staying
am
nimble.
Is your chainmail like super shiny, like bright and like totally polished and clean?
I mean, you couldn't use it as a mirror. Not just for the fact that it's chainmail. but it does have a certain shine to it. Like it is taken care of.
Like a luster.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's one of those things where it sees a lot of use, but he takes good care of it.
So I guess we keep pushing forward, unless Raz lets us know. Otherwise, because he looks like he's trying, so not going to insult his draconic pride.
All right, so you're just gonna
Dragons are
push.
real strong. They can handle anything.
Yep, that's right.
Hold on one second, guys.
I actually turn back to Raz and say in Draconic, you good?
All right.
Raznor replies in Draconic. I'm good. I'm fine. I can keep going.
And I just nod.
All right. Because I just rolled pretty low, you probably saw that. You hear a little rustling, in the distance, Malkavia, because you're, let me see, make sure, just real quick. Oh yeah, your passive perception is way higher than 2. So anyway, you basically, you kind of like, you hear something in distance, but then you catch like a whiff. It smells like an animal, like death itself a little bit, but
God,
like.
Oh, I love that his mic completely cut out.
He tried to. He's like, good God.
Oh no! I cut out again.
Actually, no. That's perfect. As soon as he started, like my hand went over his mouth. It was just like.
And that smell, you can tell, is kind of coming from the east a little bit. It's like it's just you're catching it, like this whiff.
So I hold up my hand, and then motion for everybody to be silent, and then I look to everybody, and then I whisper in a low voice, pass it down. I think the bear is near. So this is going to be a telephone game. So I tell Faraday the bear is near. Now it's his turn.
Who's behind me? Who's behind me?
Wait, the bear is near?
Yeah. I tell him that the bear is near.
I can't say this joke because we're on the stream, but if you're old enough, there's a certain scene in Blazing Saddles that all of a sudden made me think of.
I haven't seen Blazing Saddles in ages.
Yeah,
Good
it's been a while.
Yeah. All right, so
But-
hold on. Who's behind Faraday?
I think it's Raz. Yeah.
Raz?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Raz.
But-
I'm going to turn to Raz and be like, apparently, I've been told to pass it down that there's some kind of bear creature up ahead.
I see. And Raz turns to the person behind him. Bear is apparently up ahead.
As soon as I hear this, Quoth will fly off and kind of start making circles. I'll just be looking through his eyes. So, do I see anything close by, Tony?
All right. You say you want to know if you see anything close by?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception for me.
For the Raven, right? So that's a +3.
Advantage with the Raven because you see that great seeing.
So let's say 19 on the first one. Yeah, 19.
Oh, you passed. All right. To the east, through the brush, about 50, let's say about 50 yards away, it looks like there's a cave. You can see like a large cave.
Okay.
The Raven also sees like bones sitting outside the cave and everything else.
And you said 50 yards?
Yeah, about 50 yards to the east
Okay.
from where Malkavia is. We're trying to fix the other camera so you can see it right now. We're having problems with the first person. We do apologize about that.
So 50 yards to the east, guys. And just kind of general whisper, breaking the telephone game, but
Could have gone a lot worse. Scraps just dives into the nearest bush and starts to hide.
Yeah,
Another cave.
I think that we kind of like I motion to spread out, and then we kind of like move closer.
Mm-hmm.
Do like the landmines.
I like stay right next. I like stay right next to Malkavia. What are you looking at, chap? Where do you see something? Show me. Point it out.
Quiet.
I try to move as quietly as possible.
Towards
Give
the cave
myself some
itself?
space. Towards the cave, yep. I
Okay,
take
and
the river
that's-
stones out of my pocket, and I'm just rolling 3 river stones around in my hand.
And that's Alistair?
Yes.
Colin just rolled a stealth. I was just about to say, start rolling stealth rolling here.
15 because of the disadvantage because it's daytime.
All right. It detected Alistair. It's detected Eli. Not Alexander.
I rolled a 28.
Yeah,
on my stealth.
I
Alexander,
rolled a 6.
you've turned into the air itself, bro.
Faraday lost
You're like the
me.
predator. Faraday's passed. Okay. So as y'all get closer to this cave, you start hearing.
Raznar's chainmail's going like clink.
Yeah. So you start hearing. And inside the cave, let me take off the top. Can you take off the top of that, JC, please? That it, not that, and then also that other tree. Should be able to take off that whole piece. And then inside the cave, and it comes like rushing out because it's detected you. Bring that bear out, please. And as it's running out, you can hear this. It's bashing through bones. All these bones as it's going through its den. It's just crashing through them. So it looks like it's basically whatever's been going on. A ton of stuff is all around. There's blood. There's bones everywhere as it comes rushing out this cave, and it's going straight for let's see, who didn't it detect?
Yeah,
It's
we're
gonna
not
go
like lined up like that in front of the cave, are we? Like I would have figured that we were like, kind of spaced out.
That's what I was just about to say. I just wanted to make sure who it detected because it's probably still going to go after one of those 2 people. But how do y'all want to set up? How do y'all want to set up as you were approaching the cave?
I'd like to be
dived into a bush nearby, so either maybe
I'd
around
like
the
to
side
be
of
a
the
little
cave or
farther
near a
behind
tree.
people.
All right, let's
No.
start.
Yeah.
Let me move over there.
I'm standing right next to Malkavi.
I'm behind a
Wherever
tree.
Malkavi is, so I'm standing right next to him.
I'm gonna be behind the biggest tree I can. And I just think it's funny. Like he rolls a 19, I roll a 28, and I'm wondering if he's like he lost me even though he was right beside me.
All right, let's start with Raz. Raz, where do you want to be?
Raznor will be Raznor will relocate to about the left of Malkavia there.
Oh, well, your left. That would be your left. I'm looking at there. All right. You're to the left of Malkavia. Malkavia, where do you want to be?
I'll be behind that tree, kind of up on that stone, to the left of where Raz is.
Gotcha.
You could put me like behind the tree, like closer to the water's edge side.
All right. Then Faraday, where do you want to be, buddy?
I'll be behind him,
Behind who?
behind the Malkavia who you just placed. You need to get yourselves like one of those little arms, one of those little
Yeah, I
gripper
know,
arms,
right?
like to so you can move pieces around.
But if he
Yeah.
does the budget, he's gonna get one of those arcade arms that like doesn't always grab things.
But when we get the money, everything's gonna come. I promise. Scraps, where do you want to be?
I'll just go like basically 2 tiles to the north, kind of on around the edge of the cave, like away from. I guess it's to my forward. Other way.
Closer to you, Tony.
Like if you were looking at the cave, right around the right of the cave, kind of.
Oh, okay, so right about you. Right about there. So about there?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe like right around the corner, kind of trying to hide.
All right. Oh, around the corner trying to hide. Gotcha. All right, Alistair, where do you want to be?
You can leave him right there. That's fine.
All right. Colin, where do you want to be?
That's scrap.
Colin and Scraps. You mean Cody? Hans?
Cody, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I'll be on that behind that tree that's like in the middle of the screen right now. So lower south.
By Alistair?
No, kind of the.
The furthest one, the tree of the furthest one. This large tree stump in that light forest tile. There you go.
Yep, right behind that tree.
All right, and then, sorry.
I had to
Eli.
speak to him in Dwarven Forge.
Yeah, he just did. That was really good. Speak to me in Dwarven Forge. That was so. Eli, where's
I spoke
near
the language of
Hans.
Dwarven Forge.
Yeah, okay. Speak to me in Dwarven Forge. That's really good. All right, so everybody's set up now.
And you said it came rushing out towards Raznor?
Yeah, it went after Raz.
So
Because he's now
can I
closest
go
to the
ahead
cave.
and
Because it
snap a
detects.
shot?
What'd you say?
Can I shoot it with my bow?
Yes, you can. But let's roll initiative first because it came rushing out. I'm not going to say it surprised y'all because if you were approaching the cave, you were just trying to be stealthy. But you didn't surprise it either. So we'll just roll initiative of it coming out. All right. I'll just start with Faraday. What's your initiative?
19.
Solaris. Eli, what's yours, buddy?
22.
22.
Nice.
Han Sullivan.
7.
Where do I select my token?
Scraps.
5.
Alistair.
9.
Raz.
3.
Ouch, man. Raz, you're hurting tonight. That a 0 and a 3.
No, it's awful.
Bad day for Raz. Now, Kavia.
14.
Okay. And I
I'm
had.
tempted to get my dice tower so that you can see that I'm rolling and just use physical dice.
Yeah,
I'm you could
having
do
the
that.
worst dice rolls. TBH.
All right, and I got a 12, so let's put that all in order. Solaris goes first. And then.
In the rogues, we still are maintaining our stealth, right? So that.
As long as you didn't get detected, you're fine right now.
Okay.
Like I said, there's no surprise because it heard, a big ass, dragon kin walking up. Dragonborn. All right, there's my 12. Just putting these turns up here, guys. All y'all turn order here.
You need stat trackers, man.
I use the stat tracker, but I do the turn order up here.
Nah, you're losing out on the biggest utility there.
Stat trackers, so easy.
If only there was somebody who knew about stat trackers that could just put some speed to it.
I use them
Like the
because
company. I hear they're very friendly at the company and they answer all their emails and they have great customer service.
I don't like the guys. I don't like him at all.
Well, on a personal level, he's a real jerk, but
You argue with him a lot?
All right. No, man. That stuff is great because I'm able to see what I love for it is I just keep it right here to have all my abilities so I don't have to worry about always looking at the thing and saying, oh, God, and moving all around. I can just, there's the abilities. I know I can choices for attacks. All right. It's Solaris' turn. It went for...
Go ahead. How far is the bear from me?
Well, you're right next to Hans, so about 30 feet.
Okay, close enough. I'm going to cast Entangle on the entrance to the cave, trying to only target the bear.
What's the range, the area of effect? Because you might end up getting your own people probably with that.
It's a 20-foot square cube.
If you just did it, and what's the range that you can cast it at?
90 feet.
Definitely got the range. Okay. If you cast it literally right inside the back of the cave, you'd have to move a little bit, so you could have line of sight to actually cast to the back of the cave. That would give you the 5, 10, 15. The bear would be right in the outer edge of that cube, of that 20-foot radius.
I'll reposition.
It
so
might
I can see
hit
that and
though.
do that.
Let me see if you're casting it with. Wait a minute though. It is going to hit. It looks like, because they're only like about 10 feet from it. Faraday and who else is over there? I can barely see.
But I mean, if he knows where we are, he can target the spell to not hit us.
I think he said that he was targeting the cave entrance, and so from that point it should reach out, because we're like much further out compared to where the bear is.
Yeah, and theoretically, you and I should probably be behind the tree, not next to it.
Also, it's a 20-foot square, not a 20-foot radius, so it's like half the size I think you're thinking it is. If it goes from the back cave wall, I think it can hit the bear.
Yeah, so it's like four blocks. Just
4 blocks.
What I'll do is I'll just move the bear over a little bit. We'll just say he's 1 square over, and then he's still attacking Raz from the side, and that solves that problem right there. So let me just move that over, and then, because I know what you're saying, you know, you want to be a little bit further away. I see what you're saying with the water. So let me go ahead and move the bear and then be able to cast it.
It's also because like that particular cave is right smack in the middle of the table, and it's hard to move stuff.
Yeah, it's not like perfect science. We're working on it. So yeah, the bear, you're able to cast in, so you're going to go ahead and cast Entangle. I think I get a save on that. That is
A strength check.
strength save. Let's find
Bears
out.
don't have that.
Yeah.
They're going to be weak.
Needs to get a 13.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
So you cast your Entangle, and you know, as you put your hands together, all right, and you begin to speak the words, you see these vines almost come out of your hands, and as you're moving your hands around, they also begin to come out of the ground to grab the bear. And you know, in that area, all these plants and everything just come up from the ground, erupting. But unfortunately, the bear is able to just in its anger and rage, just break them, and you see the vines just wither and brown as the bear just claws right through them.
And then just to note, the area that I hit is still counted as difficult terrain.
Gotcha. All right. So his movement is halved. So he's down to 20 feet. Gotcha. All right. So bear is now moving at 20 feet. He'll be able to move 4 squares. It is now the gentleman's turn.
Right. So I will remove the whip from my belt, advance so as to be 10 feet away from this Ursa creature, and I will snap my whip and yell, "Help!"
You cut out right there. You cut out.
His mic cuts out at the perfect time.
At the best part. It's the best part. I'm not hearing the best part.
I'm trying to animal handle it, so I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Sneak
All right.
attack animal handle?
Yeah, I'm trying to intimidate it. Really, is what I'm trying to do.
The lion
I'm
tamer.
like, get away from him, you fiend!
All right. So you're just going to try to use animal handling on it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's say the bear, it's enraged. And you're not exhausted or anything, are you?
No.
Okay, so you're good. Your skill, everything's fine. Trying to think. It's not happy right now, but it hasn't been hurt either.
Well, right. So theoretically, I'm really trying to intimidate it.
Yeah, you're just trying to scare it away because it hasn't been attacked yet.
Put it under control. Correct.
Okay, go ahead and give me animal handling since it's still a little bit angry because it's near its home. Give me a 16.
Cross your fingers, chaps. Oh, I believe I got a 17, sir.
Ah, all right. You
Wait, why is it giving me different rolls? I don't understand. Oh, because it's -1.
Oh,
Never mind.
okay.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
never mind.
damn, I was just about to get excited for you. All right, well,
Yeah.
you want to describe it? You can RP it. Go ahead.
No, I get away from it, you fiend! I keep whipping it. And does it do anything? What is
Basically, as you go to whip the bear, you're sitting there. Faraday's, get away from him! Using his high pitched voice, get away from him, you fiend! Unfortunately, the bear just, it hits the whip and it right across the nose, hits the bear right across his nose with the whip, and it actually slices the bear. No damage is done, but you see a little red spot in his nose, and the bear just looks and just kind of roars at Faraday.
Right.
Just
So,
anger.
I will take the remainder of my movement and take cover behind Malkavia.
Well, you're already there in a way, so there you go. You're in a perfect position.
So I will hide behind you, Malkavia. Apparently, my whip did not work. I tried, though.
All right. Now it is Malkavia's turn.
Full of a halfling. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it with my bow.
That's precisely what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be avoidable now.
I'm gonna start rolling actual dice because this stuff's not working for me.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can roll dice, guys. That's fine.
So does a... Oh, well, wait. If I'm still in stealth, do I get advantage on that?
Well, either which way you hit, so it doesn't matter. You're good. You've hit. With that, you just rode, Malkavia. You definitely hit. Go ahead and roll up your damage. Let's see how much you've done. Oof, that's a big one. Okay.
So 13 with sneak attack. And then after that, I'm going to move further behind the tree, behind Faraday. So I'm basically going to kind of wrap around the tree because on the map, it seems like there's that big rock on the opposite side. And I kind of want to move to get on top of that rock.
You want to get on the opposite side of where the bear is, like behind
Far
Raz?
side of the tree.
So the tree that I'm
side of the tree.
Yeah, on
So
the opposite side of the tree that I'm on.
The stump topper, the large stump tree stump thumper, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be on the camera side of that tree stump.
Okay, it looks like JC is trying to move you into position here.
Yeah.
Well, you can move that tree if you want, JC. But I think
if
they
you
actually
want to take the tree off, that's fine, and you can just put me right on.
Yeah, put him on there.
That piece.
Yeah.
And then on the stump on the opposite side of it.
Yeah, he said put him on the stump on the opposite side of it. Yeah, that's Malkavia. Yeah, that's Malkavia. Yeah, I think he wants to be right there. This is the only disadvantage with not having people here. Okay.
Yeah,
So basically, he just left Faraday, he just jetted.
Right.
Wait. No. On the stump, like whatever that rock outcropping is,
behind. So step the block to the left.
That little rock behind the stump.
Yeah,
Lonnie.
where the water is.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, on the edge.
Yep, right there. Okay, because now, if he shoots from up there, he also has advantage because it's elevated. So.
All right, there you go.
All right, so, you hit him. All right, so as you take out you get your short bow out, you go to shoot him, and you see that the bear is right about to jump at Raz. It's in this, all is happening in the space of just a few seconds. Faraday's had his whip out, didn't work, quickly skirts behind Malkavia. Malkavia says, hell with that, jumps over on the rock, takes out his bow from his back, takes out the quiver, and then he just shoots it. It goes through the air, hits some leaves. The leaves actually fall down to the ground as it soars through the air and hits the bear right in its hind quarter, doing a total of 13 points of damage to the bear. Ouch. It roars in, pain, and you see the blood actually begin to trickle into the fur and down onto the ground, staining the green grass a little bit red. All right. Now, it is the brown bear's turn. And, he does not like Razanor, who has disturbed him. Plus, he looks like, a dragon a little bit. So that's not obviously a good thing. So he goes to bite you, and let's see what happens. All right, for the first, it's a 16. Did I hit you, Raz? I can't hear it. I didn't hear that.
No, it does not hit me.
All right, so the first, he goes to bite Raz, and quickly, on his leg, and Raz is able to just pull it up, and he actually kicks the bear in the side of the face, and it misses rather than actually bites him. He actually can smell the bear's breath as it chomps down and just misses his leg. But that's not it. The bear is still pissed. It gets another attack, and it comes out with its claws. Oh, and it misses again. And this time, raging from being kicked in the face, by Razanor's dragony claw foot. The bear tries to swipe back at the foot, but Raz is just too quick. Even though this is a hulking, huge creature, Raz, that he is well over 200 pounds. He moves so quick, it's unbelievable, and able to pull his foot away, and the claw just quickly catches air, and Raz puts his foot down again, ready to attack. All right. Now it is Alistair's turn.
All right. So I say a little prayer over the stones that are in my hand, and I throw one of them at the bear. Oh, that's terrible. Armor class 9.
No, you missed. Do you want to do what?
String of dwarven curses, and I back up a little bit behind the nearest tree.
All right.
Bramblebeard, you might want to try flatulence.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get you when you're sleeping.
Even when y'all are, the bear begins to.
A man's throwing rocks.
Magic rocks.
All right, so now it is Han Sullivan's turn.
All right. And how far away am I from Faraday?
From Faraday? Oh, well, you're 5, 10, about 50 feet, 55 feet.
Whatever you're thinking, good chap, I like it.
And
whatever's going on in that mind of yours, that beautiful mind, I like it.
And Faraday's out in the open now, right?
Yes, the bear is about 5, 10, about.
Well, my cover moved, and I look at Malkavia.
Well, Malkavia's now. You'd have to get in the water at this point, I think, to get behind Malkavia, unless there's another rock. I can't see it from this angle.
So I will move 20 feet closer, so that I'm within 30 feet of Faraday, and I will cast Minor Illusion, creating a 5-foot tall, 5-foot wide stump in front of him of a minor illusion for him to take cover behind.
Oh, that's really smart.
Using the rest of my movement to get back. So 20 feet out and then 10 feet back. So I'll be 10 feet closer to the bear.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, and you're not moving into the difficult terrain. All right, so
No.
you do that, you cast, and you come back. Yeah, you could do that. And that doesn't require anything. You just automatically get it off, I assume, right?
Yeah. So
All right.
I just scream over the roaring bear. I don't think that did anything. I don't feel anything different.
Well, you should be yelling over a giant stump that you can hide behind at least now.
And you
Take
could
cover, take
That's
cover.
true. He gave you a stump.
So I can see the stump, though.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
So there's now a big stump completely open.
I thought because I was like maybe in the stump, like video game style, where I can't see. The collision detection isn't quite right, so I can't see it.
It's I put it between you and the bear, so it's
okay,
kind of this. So
He's MMORPGing. Prone
could
into
use,
no
like,
collision detection.
if he's not doing like a bonus action, you could use your bonus action to, move as well. Right? Or
Oh yeah, you could dash theoretically.
Dash is in
Or is
action.
that, no,
right?
dash is action.
It's
yeah.
a road.
yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So next then is Scraps. Scraps.
So I am just going to poke out from behind the kind of side of the cave, get down on all fours, and kind of yell it to the party quick, be like, "We should make sure it doesn't have any cubs first," and then pull the trigger on my firebolt and shoot one at him from behind.
All right. So you kind of get a little bit closer, or are you saying you want to move a little bit closer to him?
No, I'm just kind of like poking like my head out enough that, or like stepping off to the side enough that I can get a clear line of sight on the bear from where I am, and then
Yeah, you can
gonna
see
go
him from
back
where
to
you're at.
I am.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
then I'll
actually
just-
see him from here. You're good.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I am then, and I'm just gonna firebolt him.
All right. Yep, you definitely hit.
So for 9 points of fire damage.
All right. You want to RP it? You want to do it? Or you want me to do it?
Yeah. So I just like kind of you've seen him like get down on all fours and stuff like that before to shoot his firebolt before, but this time he kind of just like hugs around like the side of the cave and kind of angles it a little bit, and he has to like turn his shoulders and his back at an awkward angle to get it go, and then just pulls the chain, and yeah, it kind of crackles and whirs, and you hear all the gears spinning up, and then there's a kind of like a pop, and nothing happens. And he like looks at it for a little bit, and then it like poof, explodes, and a little like firecracker shoots out and slams into the back of the bear. Fire kind of explodes off the back of it and singes some of the fur, and he like jumps and screams a little bit before kind of scurrying back behind the edge of the cave.
Oh, you didn't singe his bear
love
parts,
it.
did you? Did you singe his bear parts?
Just the fur on his back.
Oh, that's cold, bro. That's taking it to a new level of coldness.
Personal.
Poor bear. Where's Alistair in all this talking to the bear like, dude, I feel sorry, you just got your bear parts singed. That's cold. All right. So next is Big Raz. Razanor is up.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, don't fail me now. All right, so Razanor is going to try to he's gonna slice at the bear's head. Basically, try to keep the attention on him while his teammates work on it.
All right. Doing your tanky duty. Okay, got that. Go ahead. I'm getting a little bit of echo from somebody too. I don't know who it is. Hello?
We're here.
16 to hit.
Oh, you got it. Okay. What's your damage on that one? I can hear him rolling the
7
dice. It's so cool. I can hear you rolling the dice. All right. Do you want to
Well, I got
say,
my
or do you
dice
want
tower.
you want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Be my guest, DM.
All right. So as Raz comes down with his sword to strike at this bear, the bear goes to actually, you can see he knows it's under attack. It's in a fight for its life. It tries to actually move a little bit, but obviously it's just too big, and Raz is able to cleave the left-hand side of the bear as it tries to move to the right. You actually see a sliver of the bear's flesh come off, and you can now see to the white side, white inside part of the bear, the actual piece of the bone. What's amazing is you notice the bear is still able to use this appendage. It's still trying to fight, but it's hobbled and it's bleeding profusely, and you can see that it's in pain. You wouldn't say you see fear in its eyes, but it does obviously look, you can tell it looks a little bit nervous from what you could see. It's not, doesn't look as strong as it did before.
And Razanor takes his guard once again, and making very much certain that his back is faced away from the bear, because that's where the kitten is in his backpack.
All right. You ain't gonna let the mountain lion come out to fight the little kitten?
The little kitten can't take on a bear.
Come on, see what
Scratch
happens.
an eye.
Have fun, see what happens. I mean, you never know. Maybe it will survive.
What if it's like a cat and it just tries to bat
Flying
it?
like
Like,
a golf ball.
what if it like gets on your shoulder and just like kind of like even in the air just starts like hitting the air?
Swatting. All right, it is now Thalaris' turn.
Let's see. I will cast Fairy Fire on the bear. And I think that's going to probably end up hitting at least one other team member as well.
Yeah, it definitely would hit Raz, I would think,
It's
if
a
it's.
20-foot cube.
Ooh. Are you centering it on the bear?
I'm trying to minimize how many teammates it hits.
You could do it where it only hit Raz.
Okay. Yeah. And it's not a damage spell. It's just going to you guys make a dex save, and you'll glow.
Look at Raz. Raz, like, wait, what? All right, deck save.
Yep, from both of you.
I got a
what's the
6. I imagine I did not save.
Yeah, but it still gives a like 10-foot glowing light off the person and gives advantage to attacks against them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So advantage on the bear, and then
So do I need to make a deck save as well?
yeah.
Move that chainmail.
He's gonna shine
got
it
a
up with the
19.
fire.
You
Oh,
saved.
nice.
So
Hey!
you don't glow, but the bear does glow, and so all attacks against the bear have advantage for the next minute.
The bear kind of looks frightened as the glow kind of comes around it, kind of like visually kind of like jumps a little bit, but it's right back ready to fight again. Like for just a moment, it like freaks out for it. You can see it, but it's ready to fight. All right. Anything else you want to do, Talaris? You want to move anywhere? Or?
I will just move back behind the tree.
All right, so you're back, basically back where you're at before? Or do you want to move to the other side of that tree?
The other side, if possible.
You got it. Hold on.
Oh, we lost someone. There he is.
All right. Now it is Faraday's turn.
Very well. So I will
Climb up on the invisible rock.
stick my crossbow through the collision detectionless tree stump in front of me and fire a shot at the bear.
Now
Which I
that's
believe-
interesting. You're trying to that illusion. I wonder now you have advantage on the bear, but then you're trying to see through the illusion.
Well, I'm it's the stump, isn't it? So I can theoretically like maybe peek up over it, even
Yeah.
though my arms. Yeah.
Okay,
My arms are going through it.
that sounds reasonable. Go for it. That sounds reasonable.
So advantage. Here we go. Natural 20.
Whoa!
Natural 20.
Damn.
All right. So are we doing
Sneak
double
attack.
dice or doubling the
Critical.
dice, or are we?
Yeah, it's double. It's double. Double. You know, another hit dice. You know.
So you want to do 2 dice rolls, right?
Yeah.
All right, and it's sneak.
Just
attack
don't
as
roll
well,
double ones.
And it's a sneak attack as well. So here we go.
This thing.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, that is a lot of
A lot
damage.
of damage.
That is 21 points of damage.
Good God, man.
Nice.
Good God.
Massive damage.
All right. How do you want to do it? This thing is down.
Ah,
There you go. Oh no, he's silent. He's silent.
Oh no! Oh no! His mic went out. Here he is, his moment of triumph. Come on, Faraday, you got to come back and describe your this little halfling killing a bear.
The game definitely knows. When
Just
he's got
imagine the
monologue.
story. Just imagine how
Just
much
be like,
Faraday.
"No."
You know the stories Faraday's gonna have about this. He's gonna be like, "That one time I killed a bear in the forest with around the cows." He'll be talking about this for years in the party. Y'all gonna have to listen to that story like 1,000,000 times.
Oh, yes, I jumped in and saved our good paladin friend here, the mighty Razanor.
He's resetting.
He's resetting. You know, he's probably sitting like, don't forget, I have to remember what to say. All right. So, as time seems to slow down, the bolt is going through the air towards the bear. It strikes it, and then.
Still technical difficulties.
Quick, type it out.
And then. I don't want to take this from him. I would feel bad.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it.
Just unplug your headset. Use the computer audio, the computer mic.
He'll sound like he's talking through a tunnel.
Sounds like he has one.
We could
You
always
didn't
take.
hit anything when you got that critical, did you? Did you like hit your computer or something?
He jumped up. Yes. Kill shot. Now I could really talk about it all day long.
So it's during the exciting moments, so it must be just like
Yeah.
too much movement that causes it.
We're probably just gonna write it out.
Oh, wait.
What? Oh, here he's coming back. Stream. If any, I don't know how many
Mike's
people are here.
activating.
We're about to have the story.
Here's something. Fuck.
He dropped again.
poor Faraday. Well,
Oh man. All right.
We're all noticing this moment of grandeur for Faraday. Malkavia just goes, oh, crap. knowing that this is going to be an actual story.
That moment where your life flashes before your eyes just before you die, and it just lasts forever.
Yep.
Yet we're seeing Faraday's life for some odd reason.
It's a theater.
Oh, he's writing it down.
he's writing it down.
What is he saying? I
killed
killed
it.
Yes!
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
I kill it in big
He
caps.
kills it.
I killed it. All right. So Faraday takes out his crossbow. Okay, you guys, don't worry. Don't worry. I've got this all under control. All under control. Under control. So I take out my crossbow bolt and I fire away, and then it goes sailing across and right into the butt of the thing. But it's such a powerful shot, that it literally goes through the bear and out the side thigh. And you see actually it carries a piece of its intestines out as it through the exit wound. The bear just crumbles down, its tongue begins to loll out its mouth and blood begins to come out its mouth and its nose with a little bit of snot. The bear's down. And poor Faraday was not here to enjoy his moment.
Gentlemen, I do believe Faraday is speechless at the moment.
Yes.
That's exactly it. Like, he has no words.
And then he says, and then he goes, gentlemen, I killed it.
One time, when we were on the trail of the world's largest tribe of goblins, we came across a 20-foot tall bear, and I felled it with one shot from my crossbow.
Yes, all by myself. No one helped me. All right.
It's fair mated, though. She was standing over on the side. She gave me her handkerchief.
And she was standing on a rock. She stood on a rock and I was protecting her. Of course, I needed no protection. I never hide behind anyone because I'm always brave and always courageous. That's just what I do. So in this moment of great fear, I, of course, was brave while everyone else was scared. The dragon was, of course, about to die, but not me. So, bear is down. Let's take a break, guys, and wait till Faraday gets back. We haven't taken a break yet anyway. It's 7:54. So let's take a 5-minute break and we'll come on back. hopefully Faraday will have everything fixed by
Cubs
then.
in a cave that don't have a parent anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
All right. So you don't have to cut off the stream, Lonnie. I'm gonna talk to the people who are in the chat. So. All right. Any questions while we're on this 5-minute break? Anybody in the stream? If you've never joined us before, basically what we do is this is the Doom of Dagger Dale. It's a 2e adventure that we converted over the 5th edition. So you'd have something different to watch because, you know, there's a lot of the same adventures being run. Please follow us on, you know, all forms of social media. I know you hear that from everybody if you go around Twitch, you know, but we're just like everybody else. We do need as much support as we can get. We also do Patreon, and just know that your support will continue to bring you content like this. You know, we built this whole 6x4 table just for y'all to enjoy of all Dwarven Forge. If we can get more support and more subscribers and obviously make enough money, then we'll get another table and another table, and I'll have whole tables just of one environment. So one table of forest, one table just a castle, one table just the mountains. So we can transition to any environment and basically have real movement points. I don't have to condense things like we're doing here. Also, we have 2 types of teams that we use. This week is the good team. We alternate. We also have an evil team, so you can see this adventure from a whole nother perspective. And the evil team, they do a whole bunch of different stuff. If you like watching people walk into town and just strangle people for the hell of it, or even kill puppies, that is your game. The evil team will rock it like that. They will be on next week at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then you'll be able to see them. Also, we replay. If you want to watch some of our former previous broadcasts, you can go ahead and check us out on YouTube. And please support Stat Trackers, one of the people in our group. He's actually the owner of the company. It's great. It's these cards that you might have just saw me already just using with the brown bear right here. I was actually looking at some of the abilities and everything that has, like the keen smell, and then also just wanted to see its basic attacks and its movement when I had to go ahead and cut it. And this is Dwarven Forge, so go ahead if you can support them as well. They're really great. As you can see, the pictures are, you know, speak 1,000 words. You can literally see how beautiful this stuff is right here. Any questions from anybody in the stream? You know, about what we do, future plans. We will be having another adventure after this. We'll be running the Haunted Halls of Evening Star. And again, we want to thank all our, you know, subscribers that are in here. We see a few people in here. I see Wargaming's in here. I see Wild Honey's in here. So yeah, I see a few people just running around all in here. I'm going to go ahead. Since there's no questions, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to take a quick 2-minute break. Okay, I'm back. Faraday, I could hear you. I could hear you talking. Welcome back. I'm sorry your moment got stolen from you. I know, man. I tried to, like, we all tried to have your voice and, like, do like you would do. Yeah, that was a good fight, and just when everybody gets back, y'all can decide what you want to do here. JC got the other camera working while he was sitting here pulling his hair out. I swear to God, this kid's gonna be bald by the time he's 25, because he has to sit here during this stream, and like I can hear him like just constantly back there trying to get everything right. How high are, oh, Wild Honey, I just saw your question. I'm sorry. You're asking how high are they leveling up to 20? I don't think they'll survive that long, but if they do, yeah, I wouldn't mind carrying them, because this adventure will carry them all to level 3. They're about, I'd say, 3/4 of the way through chapter 1. And then after the end of chapter 1, they level up, you know, we're doing the mile marker leveling up. And then the next module that we'll be running will be, again, the Haunted Halls of Evening Star, and that will take them up to level 5. And then after that, Shadowdale, and that's up to like level, I think, 7 or 8. And then from there, that's a three module series. There's Shadowdale, Tantras, and Waterdeep. And then at the end of Waterdeep, I think they're like level, probably like around 16 or 17, I would think. And then from there, you know, we'll see. If everybody wants to have one last blast, you know, go up to 20, we can do that. I've actually have a homebrew that I'm working on that we came up with an awesome idea. JC actually had an amazing spark of inspiration and put it out there. We call it the Dark Tower of Daggerdale. I actually bought a lot of Dwarven Forge and built this huge tower. I took some pictures. You actually see it on our Discord channel. And that's a homebrew I'm going to be working on. And I could always run them through there and bring them up maybe to level 20. That's if people don't want to, you know, start out lower level and do some other modules by that time. Anybody else have any other questions? Again, please support us on social media. We need all the help we can get. As you can see, we're on a we don't have a budget. I would like to say we're on a shoestring budget, but we don't even have a shoestring. So, you know, we just do things and hope for the best. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You know, I don't even like thinking about the cost of all this stuff. It hurts. It hurts. But at the same point, it was starting this business was almost like my excuse to get all this Dwarven Forge. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing it for a business. I'm not doing it because I love Dungeons and Dragons. I just want to have awesome stuff for the rest of my life to always be a DM with and people DM me with over my house. No. It's all for the business. All right, is everybody back? JC, is everybody there? Yes. All right. Well. All right, so the bear is down. He has a point, though. You haven't insight checked him. He does have that point. But then again, at the same point, you haven't rolled deception. Ooh, that's a good point as well. I just love all the RPing, man. Both.
You've just witnessed me single-handedly fell an entire brown bear with a single shot from my hand crossbow, and you are questioning the veracity of my statements? Preposterous.
So, should we check the cave for,
Are we back?
Cubs.
I think
Yeah,
everybody's
are we-
back now.
We're back in? Yeah.
Yeah, you're back in. You can RP the death. The bear is down.
yeah, do your crit now.
I'll just walk over to the bear and slowly remove my bolt. This shall be a trophy of my competence. And I'll put it into my pocket or something. I don't know.
All right.
Can I try and remove one of the bear claws?
I don't see why you couldn't. Go ahead and yeah. And you don't need to roll for that. You're just wanting to cut a claw off, right? You're not wanting to do anything special, right? You just want to cut the claw itself, not skin it or something like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I would like to check the cave just for, little cubs, just in case first. But if that part's clear, then yeah, I would go into the process of cleaning and gutting the bear and everything else.
Well, I didn't say anything about the cave. I just said the bear. If you wanted to cut off the claw to see if then I said you don't want to like skin it or anything. You just want to take a whack and cut it off. It doesn't require any skill. You're not doing anything skillful. You're just whacking off the claw, right?
Yeah, I'm just taking a single claw and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. No need to roll then.
Faraday will grab the stone that Bramblebeard threw, pick it up, and chuck it back at him. Here, sir, you might need that again.
All right.
Next time you need help, let me know.
Oh.
How do you know it's the same one?
Quite frankly, I don't, but by the looks of what he's capable of, any of these will do.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, all of you now are close enough to the cave and the fight is now over. Now that your adrenaline is seeming to kind of like wash away from you, you're catching a rancid smell coming from that cave. I mean, it stinks.
I'll go check it out.
It smells like food.
Food? No,
It smells delicious.
it's not food.
Raznor will investigate it.
Yeah, I'll go with scrap some raz, and I'll just pull like my shirt over my nose.
All right.
Now, isn't it food? Because
Isn't everything food for scraps?
I thought that was more Alistair. They seem to be the food lovers. Alistair and the Scraps are the foodies.
more so the anything that's remotely edible lovers.
You know what's funny? I like to imagine like when y'all are playing, like who would slowly gravitate towards each other. It's like you have the foodies. The guys are always like joking around. It's kind of great like that, like a real RP game. All right, so someone's going into the cave to check it out. Then
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Scraps, Rez, and Malkavia.
okay, Scraps, go ahead and roll me. It's gonna be very low. You can't possibly miss this. Go ahead and roll a perception for me, unless you're damn near blind.
I am.
All right. Well, you can smell in the cave, and I guess for some reason, maybe from the fight, you have some blood in your eyes, so you can't really see what's in the cave. You just smell like a rancid smell. And Malkavia, you go ahead and give me a roll.
The barrel of my gun is still smoking, and it's just like wafting right in my face.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
what
almost
it
like
is.
seasoning for you, right? So this rancid smell plus gun smoke, you're just like, oh, ecstasy.
I'm in heaven. I can't even pay attention to anything.
Barbecue.
Yeah. You said investigation?
No, perception. Perception.
Oh, okay.
You smell that?
Gentlemen, as the leader of this troop, I suggest the
The leader.
important thing.
20 or 23?
You passed for sure.
I will suggest that Malkavia go in there and decide what's going on.
Just to let you know, I'm gonna let you all
Thanks.
RP it, slipping in it. You find the bodies and the bones of a lot of animals. From the nature check before, we'll just assume that you were told from, I think it was Alistair did the nature check, right? To tell.
Did he cut out, or was that just me?
Yeah, he cut out. He cut out. He cut out for me too.
Well, you had saw what bear tracks were like before, and you saw what the remains of cows were, and you can tell this is the cow remains from before, or lots of cow remains,
Got it.
multiple cows.
Oh, okay.
Good God, it smells terrible in
So
here.
it looks
I
like we
think we
found
found
we found the murder of all these cows.
Yay!
Is there anything to potentially look for in here, or is it just like packed with dead cow?
Did Malkavia? Did you strip like the pelt off the bear?
Not yet, not yet. I want to check out the
'cause
cave.
We'll probably want to take the bear's pelt as proof of our accomplishments here today.
Yes, indeed.
Completely agree. Then I'll leave the cave if anybody else with a stronger nose is fine with digging through this, and I'll just start working on cleaning the bear.
I'll take one whiff inside the cave and be like, Alistair, I believe this is your job.
What
All
are we
right.
find over here? Oh, look at this! I say, and I start picking through using my staff to push through the entrails.
I will
Get
assist
not
him
bothered
with
at
Draft
all.
and pushing through everything, kind of like he's like dog, like digging. It's just kind of like kicking it between his legs, looking around for stuff.
As you're doing that, you can hear the squish, going, because all these things have started to decompose and they're beginning to liquefy. So you can actually feel the squish underneath your feet of the slowly liquefying cow flesh. And as you step over one of the rotting carcasses, it actually bursts, and this huge amount of guts just gets over everyone inside the cave walking around. And it's
So glad I left.
not just guts, it's also the remains of the partially digested grass. So not only the guts, you also have this, kind of almost like slowly turning what would have been feces going through the intestines now over everyone inside the cave.
Sorry about that.
I wonder if this is like what Scraps thinks of like a very fine bathhouse would be for like a normal person. Like he's like, bliss.
Or like a pinata at a birthday party for kobolds.
Yeah.
It's just like my adult ceremony.
So as far as like cleaning off the bear, I look to the rest of the group and ask like, do we want to stay here or do we want to see if we can keep trying to locate some of those goblins or see if they went through here? If somebody wants to take a look.
I'll rest here
Well,
and
the
help
bear-
you address the bear.
As soon as
very least,
Alistair
you need that
and
pelt.
as soon as they come out of the cave, I will clean them both with prestidigitation. First off,
It's gonna take a couple of those.
I can burn. Scraps, you don't have a say. I don't care if you want to be dirty. I'm not walking with you like that.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, it's gonna take you a while.
And then I will send Quoth to kind of circle the area, see if he can find any signs of goblins nearby.
Okay, you want to do
Pretty much must
your
teach
hawk
me that
again?
spell, young man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and you're sending, not your hawk, your raven, I'm sorry. You're sending your raven up. Go ahead and roll.
Yep.
You got advantage with the raven because of his keen sight.
Okay. Perception, right?
Yeah. Well, it's looking for tracks. That would, for the raven, we'll do, since it's a raven, do perception.
Okay. 16 was the higher.
All right. So the raven is able to detect what looks like a large amount of tracks. Oop, I just hit the mic. Sorry about that. Looks like a large amount of tracks, not too far. We'd say a little bit to the west of the cave.
All right. Well, it looks like we got some tracks to the west of us, boys.
What kind?
Hard to tell from here. Could be goblin.
Are they similar to the bear's tracks, maybe, or are they different?
Tony, were they similar or different than the bears?
Since you rolled good enough. You're able to tell that it was different than the bear tracks. Although it wasn't close enough, you didn't give it your Raven instructions to land that close to sea. But you was able to say that yes, it is different than the bear tracks.
Different
So,
than the bear
real
tracks.
quick, out of character question, DM. So when I just moving forward, because I've just been thinking about it, the whip thing, right? Do you add proficiency if I'm proficient with the whip?
You should be getting an extra +2 if you're proficient with it. If you're
Okay,
proficient with the whip, I
that's-
would think you get an extra +2 with that.
Right. Well, because if I use the whip as an attack, I get +7 to hit. Right. But if I'm using it as animal handling, what am I adding?
I would still think you get +2 because as an animal handler, that means you've learned how to use that whip. Or if you're using it in that
Well, I don't.
fact.
Interestingly enough, Faraday is not an animal handler, but he's proficient with the whip usage. So
All right,
that's
well,
why
let's
I'm
just-
asking, because I'm confused.
Yeah, well, let's just
'Cause
go.
I want to know moving forward.
Yeah, well, let's just go with since you're just using it just for animal handling purposes, we'll say yes, you get the +2, but not for things like capturing things or grabbing something or something like that with it. But if you're
Well,
just using it for animal
okay.
handling, well, just so we can keep moving forward with the stream, then yeah, let's go ahead and just give you that
All right.
+2.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted. To
No, it's okay, man.
And maybe I
It's
should have
okay.
waited until after the. We could talk a little bit more about it if I have some more questions. We'll talk after the stream.
All right. So y'all, darn it. Okay, so you just found out that the tracks were coming a little bit to the west. You found out that you can tell that they're not bear tracks. That you do know. If you want to move now, for the sake of argument, when I say west, I'm just going to actually move you all back down the thing a little bit. But you're, still near the west for the sake of the map purposes. Remember, you guys are under the a little bit. I think one of you is exhausted or has a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, Raz.
It's daytime, so I suck at everything.
If anybody's
Not in that
injured,
cave, though.
Not in
Take an
that
hour
cave.
rest.
That cave I was golden.
I'm fine, but if anybody's injured, we should tend to them.
We
Does
should.
anybody get hurt?
I
think so.
have no injuries, but I could use the chance to rest.
So why don't we take a break here while Alistair and I clean the bear off and possibly get some meat for food and
Mm-hmm. Yes, collect the
Maybe-
pelts as proof, maybe some claws, and get the meat so we can have something to munch on.
and maybe clean out that cave by just burning it all.
Say no more.
All right. So y'all taking a short or long rest?
Short.
Short rest.
And in that short rest, Ragnar will go. Ragnar will how deep is the cave?
It's about 15 feet deep.
Perfect. So Ragnar will stand at the mouth of the cave and do his fire breath into it to burn out the corpses so that it'll still smell bad because burning bodies, but it won't smell as bad.
Cool. All right.
Scraps will sit beside him, firing his little cannon things, screaming out with his mouth, pretending like he's fire breathing too.
Yeah. Let me move
Scraps
y'all
isn't
into
holding out like a
position.
stick with some cow meat on it, while he's breathing. It's like
If you remind him of that after,
roasting
he'll
meat.
probably just get really sad. That would have been a great idea. I should have done that. It was such a waste.
So where's Scraps? Because I got Raz in the front of the regular front. Where's Scraps at?
Scraps is just beside him, helping him burn all the stuff in the cave.
All right. And Alistair, where are you at?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm helping to dress the bear, so wherever that is, I guess.
All right. We'll just put that. I'll put that over
And
there.
Faraday's standing over Malkavia and Bramblebeard and Alistair and just kind of pointing out what I think they should be doing to the bear carcass.
All right.
You
and every
notice
single
that
time he says something, like I hand him like, hold this, and it's like the liver or whatever. Be like, just hold this. Here you go.
I'm like,
Eli,
It's
where are you
massive
at, buddy?
bear liver.
Right about there is fine.
Right about there. All right, so everybody so far we got Malkavia, Alistair, Faraday, and Thalaris surrounding the bear carcass. And we've got Raz and Colin over here, or Hans actually. Right over here. Hans, where do you want to be?
I'll probably be a little like close to the cave, kind of between the two groups. And I'll just be sitting down, going through like my tarot card spells, laying them out in front of me.
All right.
Just kind of looking over them.
All right. So y'all are doing that. Taking a rest. Get back here. One day when I have my robot, he'll move my pieces.
I mean, granted, there's no way we can haul like all this bear meat and everything. Like, if we get the pelt off and all that other jazz, it's gonna be heavy on its own. But if we could just get a couple of pounds of meat for like food in the near future, that might be useful.
Well, we can divvy up the meat between all of our packs, and then just for weight distribution, someone can maybe wear the pelt.
I killed the
Faraday.
bear. I killed the bear. I will wear the pelt.
The whole thing. It has to be one large.
It's like the head of the bear is like over here.
Yep.
Can you see out of it? Like his 3.5 feet tall.
It just
carrying the
drags.
Yeah,
Drags everywhere.
He tries to wear it as
dragging.
if it just drag 3 feet behind him.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, it's not. It might be like field dressed, but it doesn't mean that it's like ready for wearing.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not putting that anywhere near my pith hat. Okay.
No. Wait until I'm done tanning it. I have to pee on it for a couple of weeks first. Then you can
Oh
wear it.
God, he's going all full foolery on it. He's doing the real life. He's really breaking the fourth wall. You're gonna be a fuller, the dwarf fullery.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
How do you think
it will
me?
eventually.
I say
It will
sharp
eventually
bird.
make a good trophy for my study at home.
Yes, along with the heads of the chromatic dragons you've slain. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
He's hit all the colors, right? How is that fuchsia dragon?
That one wasn't as difficult as the ice dragon.
I believe. Did you say something about a sapphire dragon?
I don't recall, but I might have. I did encounter 2 or 3 of them in my life.
Are there any like chartreuse dragons out there, or taupe?
There's I catch on. Faraday catches on to the whole thing, and he looks at Malkavian and says, "No, but I have heard of a plaid dragon."
Now that would
Clearly,
be
like,
interesting.
I'm onto your little ruse. You lot continue to make fun of me, and I'll just keep slaying all the monsters that would otherwise slay you.
Deal.
You say that like
Yeah, that sounds great.
I would have got it with my second rock. I think I would have killed it with my second rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. My
So
hair.
I'm like polishing my hand crossbow.
All right. So y'all are just hanging out in front of the cave. You've got the one group around the bears. Alistair, since you're closest, go ahead and give me a perception roll for you as well. Just give me a quick perception for you, Alistair. Ooh.
He sees everything.
Okay.
26.
You can hear this in the distance a little bit.
Now, I told you. I'm not going to go ahead. You keep cheating me. We're going to find out. What happened to our rest of our group. We're going to go ahead and kill whoever killed them. You don't know anything. I'm not giving you nothing. I ain't cheated yet. And I never cheat at cards. You just don't want to pay up. I won the last round. Now give me the gold.
And that's what you're hearing. And it seems to be getting closer. It's like guttural arguing, but it seems to be about cheating in a possible card game earlier. And it's getting closer.
Psst. Someone's coming. They're talking to each other. Sounds like a couple of, I don't know, maybe were they speaking in common?
What languages do you know? Damn, I should have asked that earlier. So the DM just effed up. Everybody gets inspiration.
Let's see. Druidic, Dwarvish. Nope. Common,
All right.
Druidic, and Dwarvish. That's it.
Well, you know, we'll just say for RP element, you know very little goblin, but you could tell that this is the actual goblin. That's all you know in goblin, those words right there.
Cheat. I know cheat. I know that one.
Specific words.
Yes, specific wording. Role play it. Make it work.
There's goblins coming. They're arguing, that's for sure. I don't know what they're
Grab the
talking
bow.
about, but I think I heard cheat.
Well then,
All right.
let's give them a warm welcome.
Let's get ready.
What direction did you hear him?
You can hear it coming from the west.
Okay.
Good point.
So Malkavia grabs his bow and just heads to like the closest, cover, like whether it's a tree or a big rock or something like that, so he can line up a shot for that direction.
Likewise.
I will get behind a tree as well.
I will
I
attempt
will
to
hide
hide
behind
behind.
Reznor draws his sword and gets behind a tree the way that Alistair pointed, so he can jump out in front of him.
Faraday could
Scraps
probably
like
still.
looks to re- Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Faraday could probably still hide behind the big bear.
No, I'm hiding behind you.
All right. I'm over in position to start moving your characters. Raz, let's start with Raz. Raz,
Okay,
where are
first
you,
things
buddy?
first. Which way is west?
West is this way. You see how my finger's pointing?
No, because
I'll
you're
wait
still
till the
okay.
stream.
That's west. Got it.
Ah.
Got it. That's
Toward
okay,
us.
got it. So west is camera west. Okay. All right. So yeah. Right. Sounds good.
Raz, where do you want to go?
So we heard the sounds from the west. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or definitely Alistair did with his 26, and that he told you he understood the
Right.
word cheat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he pointed in the direction where they were coming from.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I took cover with a 20 stealth.
All right. Well, then I'll just start with Alistair. Alistair, where do you want to go?
Just the nearest tree.
Just say that these stumps actually represent full trees. I just took them off the camera.
Yep, that's fine.
Malkavia, where do you want to go?
I'll go across to the other big tree, kind of where I was originally.
Kind of like over here again?
To what was that? So wet? Yes.
Northwest.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Faraday, where do you want to go?
I'll hide behind Malkavia, or rather, take cover behind Malkavia.
Oh my God.
Tony, can we zoom the camera out a bit so we can get a little larger view?
Can you zoom that camera out, JC? Or we're trying to fix the battle cam. I don't know what's going on. Is the battle cam not working, JC? Give me 5 minutes. You'll have the battle cam working in 5 minutes, but for now, did you zoom out for him?
So the second I see them, I'm going to hit them with an entangle spell. Oh.
All right, so you're zoomed out now.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. All right. So there you go. And where do you want to be, Hans?
So southwest, that tree there.
Southwest. So the tree to the left of Alistair.
Yeah,
All right.
and still hiding behind that.
Polaris, Eli, where do you want to go, buddy?
I'll be near. Let's see, who moved all the way north?
You want to move north?
Yeah, over to the tree stump there.
So
By
Malkavia and Faraday.
Yep. I'll stand near them.
Okay, I'll put you by Malkavia.
And if I can hold an action, I will hold sleep for as soon as I see them.
Sleep? Got it.
Can Malkavia hold his action for a bow shot?
Yes, since you're aware of it, yeah, because you know they're coming.
Faraday will do the same.
Do you want to know where?
Razanor, where do you want to be, buddy?
I'll be behind that tree where across the way from who is that? The person. It's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard for me to see because I'm trying to watch the stream and there's this lag.
Delay. Yeah, delay.
Yeah.
Is that the tree you want?
It's the one that's like immediately north, I guess, of the cave.
That would be the one that Malkavia and all them are. Then everybody's by.
Okay. Fuck, how do I describe this?
So west is the direction in which the camera is. North is where Faraday, Phalaris, and Malkavia are.
Okay, so the camera is point.
I'm
Okay,
thinking
so
you're
then
probably east.
Okay, so the one I'm looking at then is the one that's like across the way east of the cave. Yeah, that one.
Well, that would be west, but that's okay. Yeah. We got it. That's all that matters. All right, Scraps. And where did you want to go, buddy?
I'll just duck inside the cave, actually.
All right.
Jump into that smoldering bliss.
The nice smoldering bliss of darkness. Yeah.
Put you right there. All right. So you can still hear the arguing as it's coming forward, but it's more guttural because obviously, unless anybody understands Goblin here, DM messed up. You're a cheat, because that's what Alistair can hear. And as you're hiding, you see these wonderful creatures come into view. Hold on. Oh.
So, James, tell me about stat trackers again, really quickly. What do they do?
So you just basically hang them on your DM screen in initiative order, and you have all the stats for everybody right in front of you as a dungeon master. No flipping through books or looking through your notes.
Yes, very
really
convenient.
is a game changer. And it's edited down in a way that's easier to use than the monster entry itself. So it's very compact, like the hit number is in a big circle. The main attacks are up large. You're not like looking through a paragraph of copy to try to find the information you need. And they're complete.
And
they're complete. So like everything that's in the listing in the monster manual is on the card. There's no C monster manual. It's all been edited down, but all the rules are there.
Can you buy the older like player character ones as well, like the blank ones?
Yes, you can buy the blank player character, blank monster trackers, and then the original set was 317 official 5th edition monsters, which is the open game license. And then the new one we just successfully kickstarted, which will be out in June 2021, is all original monsters with art this time.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That sounds really
Who did the
awesome.
art?
Dozens and dozens of artists. I'm getting it from everywhere. We're getting a lot of art that people have already done, and we're buying second rights, and we're working with artists in bulk and stuff. It's a challenge. It's a lot of cards.
Even the box was incredibly nice. Like the box was beautiful that it came in. I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, we did a big file box that'll hold both sets. So it holds 750 cards, and it kind of flips open onto itself. Pretty
wow.
Cool.
A lot. Cool stuff.
All right.
Basically, I make everything that I want, and then I know other people are gonna want it.
You should be able to see now coming into view. Now, they haven't noticed you yet, but let's go ahead. I'm going to see real quick their passive perception here. And by the people that they're getting close to, we'll just roll like that because y'all were hiding. All right, everybody go ahead and roll me a stealth check real quick. At least, no, not everybody. Razanor and Alistair, because y'all are close. Yes.
Nope. That's a 7 max.
You want me to again? Did you say?
No, did you?
rolled one already though?
Yeah, I
Oh,
rolled
he
a
did?
20 on myself.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. You had rolled that? Okay. If you had rolled that 20 earlier, Alistair, I apologize. Then, yeah, you're
Okay.
good to go. But Raz, you only rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Okay. They do notice as they're coming up, they're still arguing, but then they stop and they're like, yeah. And then you can tell they're kind of looking in your direction. And they point. All right. Let's go ahead and
Entangle that I was holding.
oh, that's right. And someone else was also holding an action as well.
Yep.
Oh,
I
can I
believe
fire
they're-
the arrow?
We're holding bows, arrow. Yeah.
Yep, y'all were ready to go. So
And I was
these.
holding sleep.
I would say go sleep last.
All right, so go ahead. Since those actions you had them ready to go. They did notice Raz, but obviously they didn't notice you. But now when you pop out, they'll probably see. Obviously, so
Do we
go
have
ahead
advantage
and
on this?
what'd you say?
Do we have advantage on the arrow shots?
As on the arrow shot.
Yeah.
If you were hidden.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and I'll give because you were hitting. Yeah, go ahead and get advantage on. Go ahead.
We might have wanted information, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, if I,
I
put
got a
him to
20.
sleep,
I got a 23.
And 21.
Yeah. And this is presumably with sneak attack because we are hidden.
Go for it, man. Well,
Oof.
yeah.
Nice.
Well,
I just did 19 damage
And
Nice.
16
to one of
followed
them.
up.
all right. So let's see here. Hold
We
on.
picked separate targets, right?
I would hope so. I would hope y'all did.
One
I don't
guy,
know,
just,
I'll
one
roll a
goblin
D6.
just explodes.
I'm gonna roll a D6 to see which one I hit. I'm gonna roll a d6 to make it fair because I didn't say who I was gonna throw at, who I was gonna shoot at.
Neither did I.
So here we go. Rolling a d6. I got a 4. That's why the fourth goblin is the one I hit.
Okay, so then roll that. Wait, let's see. Can I just
All right.
do
Well,
that
the
in-
first goblin up on that rock, right? The one of the goblins up on the rock. He totally this arrow just comes flying out. He screams at Raz, and points. And right as he does that, boom, and his head. I don't know if y'all have been watching that new show, The Boys, but the head just explodes, just like that. Pop, and that head is gone. You see the goblin's body. The other goblin. It shrieks in utter terror, wondering where the arrow came from. But of course, now you've exposed yourself, I believe. So it now knows that's where the arrow came from. It's looking over there, the direction where it just flew from. That one goblin on the rock is gone. I'm not going to grab it down right now. But the one in the blue shirt on top of the rock, that goblin is toast. He is gone.
So,
All right. So let's move
I
him.
I rolled a die as well. So I rolled a d6. So I picked, the sixth goblin or whatever. But that was a 16
A
damage.
different goblin than
That
my
one.
goblin.
A different
Yeah.
goblin. All right. So the other goblin that you hit, you did what damage? 6?
16.
No.
Oh, 6. Okay. Well, I think we all know that kills a goblin. All right. So that other arrow, another one comes streaking through. This one goes through. There's a branch that's kind of crooked. It literally is so well placed. It goes right through the area that is just the whole of the area of the branches with just enough space for the arrow to go through. It hits the goblin in the chest, and this arrow hits it so hard, it literally rips off the side of the goblin's body. The arm is still attached by a little piece of sinew and flesh. It tries to, in its last moments of life, as shock is taking hold and killing it, it literally tries to go all Saving Private Ryan and pick up its arm and try to attach it and push it back on. You see it futilely keep flapping the skin as its last thing, and slowly keeps pushing, and then it just falls down and the arm flaps off and it's dead. So,
quite frankly, Malkavia, my shot was a headshot, therefore it's 2-1 at the very least.
all right.
Okay, that's fine.
I am winning, for the record. I scream to the rest of the party.
Don't know who you're talking to.
It still counts as one.
Entangle and sleep to go off, right?
Yup.
Oh,
Yes.
so you got these guys. Those two are gone because you said you killed the fourth one in the line. So those two are gone already. Goblins are shrieking. They're moving in, freaking out already. You can tell one of them is the leader. He seems to be barking more orders than it's the one holding up what looks like a little kind of mace. It's kind of blue colored with a bone helmet. Just aiming, giving orders, and you see the goblins going out in each direction. Now, somebody also had sleep they were going to get off.
Yeah, I think Alistair has entangle, so
Oh, entangle
Alistair's
first.
Entangle, and then I'll do my sleep.
Yeah, so basically a 20-foot cube right in front of Alistair. I think I get 2 or 3 goblins at least in that, by the looks of it. And he's like, he calls upon Sylvanas, and you see the vines and creepers that are all over the rocks start to writhe and grow and split, and all around the 2 or 3 goblins, as many as I can get. It's
all right, but a 20-foot cube without trying to hit Raz, you could get at least 3 without hitting Raz, because if you placed a little bit back. So let's go ahead and I will roll. That's a strength save.
Yep.
So I will roll for all 3 gobbies.
Yep. DC 14.
I rolled a 0.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think the 14 saves for entanglement, right?
Yep. 1 save, 2 fails.
Okay. Well, one of the goblins, the leader, he's able to just power out. He takes his mace and beats down the vines as they're trying to get close, and that doesn't even affect him. He's able to power his way out of it. But the other two, one of the goblins, it looks as if he might have been getting slapped around by the other ones that were arguing with it, because he looks really tired and weak. And man, he just lays down in the vines, just doesn't even try to get out. And the other one, it tries, the other one, as the vines are coming up its legs, you could see he's desperately trying to push them away, but he just can't do it. And they slowly capture his arms, wrap him up like a little pod person, and he just falls, and straight down, completely wrapped up like a mummy onto his side. So 2 of the goblins are entangled. The leader is not. And now,
so out of game, those goblins are restrained now, so you have advantage to hit them. That's the advantage of entangle.
Awesome. All right.
And then, so how many total goblins are left?
You have 1, 2. Oh, get this rid of 1. 4 goblins left.
Okay. So sleep is a 20-foot sphere. Would it be possible to any way to place it to try and get the 2 that aren't entangled at least?
You would probably hit Raz.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Raz is like, what? Huh?
He was tired anyway, old chap. He was tired anyway.
That's true. That's true.
Putting these AoEs right on me.
Okay, I feel like your hit points is going to say, I feel like the goblins will go down first anyway.
That's true. I should be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can I get all 4 goblins? Fireball. Yeah, till I get fireball.
Yeah. Feel free to.
No, you would not be able to get all 4, because that one all the way to the left, that one all the way to what would be the right, looking from the camera's angle. What? No, that one stays there. That goblin stays
I actually
there.
would be okay.
But you
I
can't.
take
You
half
can only
damage
get
from
3 of the goblins. Just like with the entangle, because one's just too far out of that range of the 20 feet
Is it a 20-foot radius or 20-foot diameter?
radius.
Radius.
That's 40 feet across.
No, I think diameter. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I think it's radius. Well, I don't know, actually. Just talk about my butt.
Because for him to hit all 4, he'd probably have to center it on I
so-
think the leader, and then that's going to spread
within
out towards
20
Raz.
feet of a point, so it is 40 feet.
40 feet across.
Yeah,
40
it would
feet.
definitely hit Raz then. I mean, it's going to hit all of them. So
Why aren't my numbers coming up? 5d8. So 19.
all right, 19 hit points. So
Yeah. Starting from the lowest, going up. Yeah.
all right, so 2 of them go to sleep. They're out for the count. I think there's a save though first, if I'm not mistaken, for sleep.
For sleep? No.
No,
it's
no save?
starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit point. Each
They just go
creature
down?
affected
Okay.
falls. Yep.
Well, good for you then. It used to be a save. All right, no save. So those guys, 2 of them are down, but the leader is still up.
Are the ones that were entangled the ones that are asleep, or?
No, you wanted to get the ones that weren't entangled, and
Oh, okay, right, sorry.
Alistair had avoided hitting Raz, which means he hit that blue one. So the blue one, all the way that's kind of by itself now that you didn't hit, it's still entangled. But those guys, the leader is not entangled, but the 2 other people next to the leader, 2 other goblins, they are now asleep. So I'll lay those down. Or JC, I don't know if you want to lay those down, but those 2 goblins over there are now asleep. The only one that's up is the one with the club. Let me see. I'll go over there since I think JC is doing the stream. Right over there. All right. So this guy, when you catch up, is the leader. He's still up. And he's not asleep or entangled.
But everybody else is.
Yeah, everybody else is pretty much either entangled or they're taking a nap. Raz is still up because you had enough hit points.
Hey.
So you're good to go. Might want to apologize to poor Raz, though.
I had faith in him.
Takes such abuse for his party. All right, so now, is there nobody else is holding any moves or anything, right?
Not that I know of.
All right. Well, the goblins, the leader looks around and, there's a mix of fear and rage that you see on his face. He starts yelling at you in Goblin, which obviously none of you know. Sorry, my Goblin isn't too good. And let's go ahead and, well, he'll be the only one that's rolling right now. So let's do that.
Initiative?
Yep, in just a moment, I'm going to bring it up, and you can go ahead and start rolling y'all's initiative.
Oh, initiative?
All right. Eli, what did you get, buddy? Oh, 14. I can see yours on my screen. And Faraday, you got a 16. Trying to do this quick. Malkavia, what did you get?
23.
Holy crap. Alistair, what did you get, bud?
17.
Mr. Han Sullivan.
A big old 4.
Ouch.
Scraps.
22.
And Razanar.
I got an 11.
And of course, y'all can see I got a 10.
Ouch.
He gets to go before I do.
Yeah, but only one guy's up. I mean, this all is because somebody rolled not somebody. Alistair rolled a 26 perception. It's like that dude had freaking like super hearing for just a minute. After you eat all that food, he just was like, oh yeah, I can hear everything now.
It's the hash. Told you. It's
Power of the hash, bro. Power of the hash, my man. Don't sleep on it.
It's the grubs.
Yeah, yeah.
The grubs.
Why didn't I hear them coming?
You were busy burning the bodies with me, that's why.
Yeah.
True. It's pretty distracting.
A comment you would probably hear more often in the evil campaign.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So Malkavia is up with his 23. The goblin is yelling still at you, snarling. You see the spittle dripping from its mouth.
So I kind of want to do what I had done before and loop around to that stump that I was on when I was fighting the bear on the opposite side of that tree that I'm around.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I want to shout out to the goblin. If you can speak common, that's your only chance. Drop your weapon.
Try and give me an intimidation roll. Beat a 17.
Nope.
17, that's a pretty courageous goblin.
It's the leader. He has to be the big man of the group.
If he doesn't look like he's understanding or not complying, then I'll just shoot at him.
He looks at you. He just takes his weapon and just licks it with his tongue, and you see a little bit of blood come from his tongue, and then
I
he
want to
spits
shoot
it
him while
at
he's
you.
doing that. Like I want to shoot his weapon into his face. Like
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. If you roll a perfect 20 right now, a natural, if you roll a natural 20, I will let you do it where you shoot the tip of his sword into his mouth, doing an additional 1d4 damage. Just for the hell of it. Just to have some fun. Go ahead. Natural 20. No mods.
No.
Oh.
Double ones.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
It's like the guy. Well, obviously you didn't pull a Faraday right there. So
It was a warning shot then.
A warning shot. All right. So your bow, you go to do that. He's licking it. You take your bow out. You're all pissed off because he's going, spitting blood at you. And you shoot it. And it goes right by his head. And he just laughs. Stupid human. Guess I do understand common.
Okay, good. Then that will make this easier. Guess who's up next?
It's Scraps now.
So, can 30 feet get me to where Hans is?
To where? Let's see. 30 feet?
Yeah.
No. Well, 5. 30. Oh, you'd be like two squares away from him. About. You'd be close, right in between the middle of Alistair and Han.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just run up kind of behind Alistair then, I suppose, and come up from behind the tree, and say, my friend told me to give you a warm welcome, and fire my firebolt cannon at.
Yes!
I love it.
Which one are you shooting? You're shooting the one that's
The
entangled?
captain, the leader or whatever, the main guy.
All right, you're shooting the leader. All right, what did you roll?
14.
14. No, that does not hit. You go to, you take you put your hands together, well, not your hands. You got your, well, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
You can do it.
All right. So you get your cannon. It starts whirring up. You see the smoke, start coming out. You wipe your eyes because you've been in that cave with, all the kind of old burnt carcasses kind of getting you some extra meat. And I guess maybe you were a little bit lazy from stuffing yourself full of food, and your aim was just a little bit off for this leader. And it goes right by the side of his arms. He actually lifts up his arm, and you see the bolt of your shot just go right on by underneath his arm. It doesn't even catch him or anything. He looks at you and also spits the blood. Not yet.
Welcome.
That was also a warning shot.
I'll eat you first.
There's also a warm welcome.
Oh.
All right, so now...
Wait, how tall is he?
He's about the same height as Scraps. You can see the little goblin miniature down there, so he's about the same height as Scraps.
A worthy adversary.
Now it is Alistair's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to mumble a few words to Sylvanas, and you see that this large shard of ice appears in my hand, and I'm going to hurl it at one of the goblins that are entangled. He's also within like 5 feet of another one that's entangled, right? There are two. Looks to me like there's like two next to each other entangled, or not?
Well, there's only 4 goblins left. The one you got entangled is actually the one, the farthest one away from all the other ones. And the other one's entangled as well. That's right in front of you. Only the leader is not entangled, and then the one to the left of the leader is asleep. So,
okay, so are there two entangled that are near each other? One was
Yes.
laying down.
yes,
Okay,
one is
so
laying down, and the one is like right near it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to target the one standing up, and then since it's an ice shard, it'll explode and catch the one next to it as well.
Okay. All right. Because I'd say, what's the distance on that ice shard? The radius of the
60
explosion,
feet,
like
5 feet. It has to be next to it.
Yeah, I'd say because he's right near that rock. So yeah, he's within that. All right, so go ahead and I think it's some form of an attack, and you're attacking the goblin, so that was smart.
So yeah, it hits AC 15.
Ooh, just got it.
So that'll take 1d10 damage. Hold on. I think it's just flat 1d10. Ooh, max damage, 10 points on him. And then both he and his and the guy next to him have to make a saving throw, or they'll take 6 points of ice damage.
Okay, well, one of the guys is dead, so you only one guy has to make the saving throw. That guy laying down now. So, what's the saving throw for? Just Dex?
It's a dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
Definitely probably has a disadvantage if they're tied
Ooh.
down.
Yes, disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay, hold on. I'll just roll again. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it looks like the one by some miracle, he was laying down, and he saved. So apparently, when you take your hands out, or do you want to describe it? Or you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
No, feel free.
All right. So, in your hands, you're able to take you don't see dwarves do this too often, but you begin to form wisps of air within your hands. And within a few seconds, those wisps turn into little snowflakes, and then a huge, long shard of ice. You form it by stretching it out within your hands, and it streaks like a tempest through the wind, straight towards the one dwarf, and strikes him and pierces him right through the center. You literally see the ice turn pink as it, the blood flows down, and the goblin actually leans forward, and the ice is now holding his body up as he slides down the pillar. The ice then explodes, but for some reason, it all just goes up into the air and falls down as graceful snowflakes on the one that's laying down.
Cool.
So now
That worked out well.
Let me grab one that's dead off here, so you know only the leader's left, and the one that's asleep, and the one that's entangled. He's still entangled. Actually, that one's asleep on the ground too, so he's asleep and entangled. Life is bad for him.
He's like,
And he still saved the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, how does that happen? That's one of those situations in Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, well,
he just like rearranged positions. He was like looking for another position to
Just
sleep in.
rolling over. Yeah.
Yeah.
what happened was the vines were so covered him so well, it was like a nice warm blanket. That's what it was. They couldn't feel any of the ice. All right, so now it is Faraday's turn.
Okay, so how far is the leader from me currently?
5. About 40 feet.
40?
Yeah.
I only have 25 feet of movement. Okay, so I will. So I have a shot. Can I get a shot? Because I know there's a tree in the way. Is there any way I can get a shot on it?
If you moved right to a little bit to the left of Razanar, which looks like right on the camera, his shield arm, you'd be able to get kind of like a shot going straight through the middle toward them.
All right, let's do that. Let's move to where I have an angle of where I can shoot him with my crossbow.
All right, roll it up.
All right, here we go. It's not an advantage attack, correct?
No, he's not entangled or asleep.
All right, and there's nobody within 5 feet of him either, right? Yeah. I rolled a 22.
Well, you definitely hit.
Yeah, 22. It's gonna be. So this is not. Is this sneak attack? It is not sneak attack.
Were you hiding? I think you were, weren't you?
No, I mean I'm out in the open now.
Oh, well, no, obviously then, no,
Yeah.
no sneak attack.
Right. Okay. So 1d8 plus 5. 4 plus 5, 9 damage. 9 points of damage.
All right, go ahead and do it, Faraday. I won't take your glory. He's not dead. He's not dead. No, he's not dead.
As a Razanor, I command you, I order you to attack him, and I shoot my crossbow at the goblin.
Oh, there's gonna be words about that.
All right. Next, it is Lars, Eli.
Let's see. From where I'm at, how far is the goblin leader? Just about.
Well, you were
I'm
Faraday
pretty
was
far
right behind you, so you're about 35 feet from it. 5, 10, about 35 feet.
I am going to use my action to wild shape into a panther, but I'm going to sit back and stay near where I'm currently at.
Okay, so you're just wild shaping but staying in your position?
Yep.
All right. You are now a panther. I'm going to have to now go get a panther miniature. All right. Just for that. So in case you decide to do that again. All right. So the Lars is wild shape breaking out. He is just totally panthered out. Fur comes out of his skin, looking like a total badass. All right. Next is Razanor.
Alright, so Raznor kind of looks over his shoulder and growls at Faraday before walking up to the leader and putting on a bit of a performance, like wanting to make himself look scary, because 6-foot-tall dragonborn in armor with sword and shield rolling up on anybody, I imagine, is kind of scary.
Possibly.
And he looks the leader goblin square in the eyes, and he says, "You won't eat him if I eat you first."
Are you gonna try and intimidate, or is that what you're trying to do?
I mean, sure, I'll roll intimidation, but
Well, I mean, I thought that's what you were trying to do, because you sound like you rolled up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Beat that 17.
No.
It almost sounds like you're trying to remove the dice. Like, let me just adjust this. Yeah, 17, Tony. Yes, it is. No, all right. So he looks at you. So the goblin looks back at you in his guttural common. No, we'll eat you first, and him as the snack and dessert.
Damn, this goblin is ballsy.
Hit him like King Faraday
I'm
said.
afraid you'll get some indigestion if you try that.
Alright.
He's rather unpalatable, if you get my meaning.
So
Dude,
that is
I stole your thunder.
that is 15 to hit.
No, you don't hit the goblin. You miss. Do you want to do it, or do you want me?
Damn.
So enraged by by this goblin's boldness, Raznor swings downward to cleave him in half, but it's a little bit too telegraphed, and the goblin is able to spin out of the way.
Too easy. You need to try harder, scaly one.
All right. So now, all the goblins are, well, there's only one that's up. So let's go to Mr. Goblin Boss here. All right. So he's got what?
Come at me, bro.
Come at yeah, he is. I'm coming. Don't you worry. So the goblin, he looks at Raznor. He points over to the kobold that missed. Points over to Faraday. Takes his sword.
I'll put spigots for the little ones and cook you over the fire. But first, I kill your friend.
And he looks at Raznor, and he goes to attack him with his scimitar. Now this goblin gets 2 attacks. The first one is normal, but the second attack is with disadvantage. So make sure I do that if I forget. Don't let me forget that second attack is disadvantage. All right, first attack on Raznor. Well, it's a regular 19 because the 5. Well, actually, that's 2 attacks, so 19 and 5. So there you go. The first attack. Yep, 19 hits. 8 damage. So the goblin takes its scimitars, has in both hands. It takes the first one and goes high, but that was just, trying to fake out Raz. But Raz doesn't realize it all too late. And as he ducks down trying to get away from the first scimitar, he takes the other one. It comes whirling around its back and it stabs it right under the armpit of Raz and shoves it up into, his arm itself. You can feel the point of the blade, cutting up into your bones. It just misses the artery. Thank God you had such tough skin. So there you go. 8 damage on that. And since none of the other guys go, I think they just get a save. But they're both asleep. So there's no save on strength because they're asleep. And there's no saving on sleep anymore. So they're just knocked out. And I think sleeping here, what is like 2 hours or something? Some crazy long amount of time.
No, just 1 minute.
That's it?
Right, so
Used to be like
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
What was it? Okay, I have to get something an old way. It used to be like an hour. Some used to be like really long. Anyway, so 10 rounds. It's now been about, I think, 2 rounds since they've been asleep.
No, 10 rounds of combat. So
Oh, we're good to go. So we're fine. We're good to go for a while. We're good to go for a while. All right, so it is now back to Hans. Right now, your turn, and then it will be the top of the round after Hans goes.
I will step out and be like, I'm not cut out for this fighting stuff, guys, but I will take my wand and cast Ray of Frost, and I get a 9. So yeah, I'm not cut out for fighting.
No, did not hit. All right.
Wish you didn't roll that one and get me in the back.
Hey, I would have hit something.
Poor Raz just gets tried to put to sleep everything. Poor Raz.
Mhm.
All right, so now it is back to Malkavia's turn. Top of the
I
round.
will knock another arrow and try and hit the goblin again.
No, that's a 9.
Yep, 9. No.
So that misses.
Nine.
Go ahead and you can describe it if you want.
The arrow just hits again, like behind him. But I will use this to move up. Since if Raznor is on him, I want to move closer to that tree just before where the goblin is. So if Raz is on the goblin leader, I want to be behind that tree.
Okay. So you're talking about the tree where the guy is laid down? Or are you talking about the tree that kind of Raz looks like he's standing behind right now?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one probably.
Okay. For sake of argument, we'll just say you're there right now, so I don't have to get up right now. Unless you absolutely want to see your guy there, which I do it then. So you've moved. You know where you're at. It is now Scrap's turn.
So I will run over towards Razanar, and as I'm running, I scream, "Don't worry, I got your back!" And I jump towards him, and I try and stab him in the back, but it's actually with a little syringe, and I inject you with it, and I cast Cure Wounds.
You inject
Awesome, thanks.
Psst, little syringe.
Is there like a 1 damage, and then it's healed up?
How did you get the syringe through his scales, though?
Oh.
Actually, Dragonborn skills aren't that tough.
Oh, he rolled a
Plus
1.
plus my intelligence modifier, so you heal 5 as I stab this little syringe of yellow liquid into your back and inject it in. Plus, I like to think Scraps is a dragony type thing. He probably knows the weak spots between the scales and stuff.
That
He
makes
has to use
sense.
these on himself, so who knows.
That makes sense. So Raz got his 5 heals. Awesome.
And then I just stay beside him and here's my turn.
All right. So that means you're up right next to Malkavia. I'll move it in a little while if I need to. Because right now I know where everybody's at. Next is Alistair.
Okay, so Alistair is going to step up to the goblin leader. He's still up, right?
Yes, he is.
All right, so I will step up and I will take my quarterstaff and I'll take out a little piece of shamrock leaf and touch it and say a few words in Druidic, which I imagine sounds like Gaelic or something like that. And then he rears back and is like, "Help me split this goblin's skull." Attack this shillelagh. Oh, that's not an attack. Ooh, AC 16.
Oh, so close, man. Very
No.
close. No, this guy has high AC. All right, so you just miss with that. Go ahead and describe if you want to describe your miss.
I imagine he has a shield, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so it just bounces off his shield and kind of shakes him with the force of both the strength of Alistair's arms, which is not insignificant, and the power of Sylvanas behind it, but it's not enough to crack through his armor.
It looks like, though, you can tell as you've done that, the boss, it was a hard hit. His arm, he pulls back his arm for just a moment, and the cocky smile that he had fades for a moment.
We can do this all day if you want, or you could just give up, and maybe we'll let you live.
Is that an intimidation roll you want?
No, I'm just saying it.
All right. So now it's Faraday's turn.
Okay. So, how far am I from? Is there something? It is because I'm assuming Razanor moved up to attack. That he's now in my direct
Yeah,
line of
I'm
sight,
gonna-
blocking. His 6-foot body is blocking me.
I'll move the pieces right now so we have a better
Alright.
view because now there's been enough moves. So Raz is here. The goblin kind of moved up here. He's not elevated. It just looks like he is. I just can't fit him in there with his base. So he's not elevated. But
Right.
he's in front of Raz. You're there. Scraps is kind of run up here. Malkavia is now here. And that's where we're at.
Okay, fair enough. So I will, using my halfling ability to move through the space of of a creature larger than myself.
Yeah.
I will, still donning my bear pelt.
No
Drag-
way. Are you
drag
serious?
I will pull my rapier and say, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
God.
Go,
Oh, no.
and like squeeze underneath Raz's legs and stab the goblin in the face.
All right, roll it.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh if you
So
get a
it's like-
natural 20.
He's gonna.
I hope he does. I really hope he does. Come on, 20.
Secret dragon tail attack.
Let's see some crazy stuff.
15.
Ugh. I didn't think this guy would be this hard for you. All right. So,
We took out all of his
So
friends.
wait, but
all
wait,
the dudes.
but wait. As a bonus action, second hand attack, I'm gonna pull my dagger and try to stab it in the side of the head.
what was that? Something just happened.
I don't
The
know,
goblin
it's weird.
screamed.
Yeah, the goblin screamed. "Ah!" That's how good our special effects are, people. That was the actual goblin scream. Perfectly timed
There we
when he
go.
said stab.
You gotta hit it.
Rolling
now.
the dagger attack. 14.
Ah.
Lord, I missed.
All right. We're going to have to.
So anyway, I guess
Go ahead.
the pelt is too heavy for me. So as I and ducking through, like the back of the pelt gets stuck on Razanor's armor, and my head is pulled back. And I just kind of wildly stab, and I miss, and then I pull out my dagger and I stab and I miss.
The
And I'm
goblin.
like,
The goblin boss looks down. He looks at Raz. Raz looks at you. The goblin boss looks at Raz. Then they both look down at you, and then they look at each other, and they both stop fighting for a second, and then like with this quizzical look of seeing you down there with half a belt, with a bear pelt pulled back from your head, fresh bear pelt, and they just like don't even know what to do. But then they snap back, and it's like, and they get their weapons and they're back fighting. But it's just this incredible scene of almost disbelief as you come sliding through the legs, slashing like Chucky with your little knife, trying to get at the goblin boss, but it just barely misses him because of what happened.
So if I have any movement left, I want to just like gooch out and like get out from underneath Raz and just stand behind him.
Well, you've moved about 20 feet from where your position is now on the board.
So then I have 5 more. I have 5 more feet. So then I'll move with my 5 feet and just back off.
All right, so you're right behind Raz now, we'll say.
I'm right behind Raz. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you scoot right back from where you came from. All right, it is now Dolores' turn. Eli. He's now panther form.
So as a panther, I have 50 feet of movement. I'm going to kind of sprint around and pounce at it, which is part of an ability that I have as a panther. If I move at least 20 feet straight towards a creature and then hit it with a claw attack, it has to make a saving throw or get knocked prone.
Yeah, you could make it from where you're at too, because you could go around Malkavia and come around from the other side of the tree without going through the entanglement. All right,
Okay.
or anything like that. All right, so what do I need? This a deck save, I assume.
It's if I hit with the claw attacks, I have to do that first.
All right, come on, I'm hoping for you. No one's hit this guy yet.
Plus 4 to this. So, okay, 14, so that doesn't hit.
No, it
Oh my
doesn't.
god!
What is going on tonight?
This is
Now I'm
the
just
worst
standing out.
door ever.
The most untouchable goblin captain in existence.
Dude, this guy is straight
Like
matrixing
Neo in the
you.
Matrix. Like,
All right,
It's okay,
Thalar.
I got this.
You gonna describe it, Thalars? What happens?
As I jump towards him, I accidentally jump slightly like past and end up like shoulder checking into him, and
Oh, do we lose him?
Oh.
I think we just lost Eli.
just,
He's here.
He's coming back.
Yeah, I just mic.
Uh-oh.
I don't know where I cut off, but
You had shoulder your shoulder into him.
shouldered into him and just kind of bounced off.
Okay.
Now I'm just
So
standing there.
he's laughing. He's like,
All of you against me? It looks like I'll be eating well after all.
all right. So he's just getting more confident now. Now it's back to Razenor's turn.
I'm going to swing at him and try and wipe stupid grin off his stupid face. 17 to hit.
Yeah, you hit. Good.
Oh boy, and max damage.
Hey!
That's 11 damage.
Finally, a good roll. All right. So go ahead and describe it. He's not dead. He's not dead.
Oh man.
So he's being all cocky after the panther missed him, and Razanor takes that opportunity to slash him across the chest.
So he takes a big piece of flesh out. And he's just. And you said it was 11 damage?
11 damage.
11. All right. So that chunk comes out, as you know, that your sword comes flying across. And but he's still up. But now that smile, you were right.
Good shot, Dragonskin. Perhaps I'll eat your heart first because you're so tough.
And he just wipes the blood from his chest. And now he wipes like a little symbol on his forehead, ready to fight. He's screaming for his guys to wake up. Wake up! Wake up! But, they're still out for the count. All right. So it is now his turn, though. And he looks at Raz.
All right, now, my turn. After I kill you, your friends will be easy.
All right. So he goes to attack you. The scimitar again. It's a 21 and an 8. Or actually, I should roll a second. I should roll again because it's supposed to be 2 rolls, 1 with disadvantage. So this next roll, I'll use the disadvantage roll. But the 21 hits, right?
Yeah.
All right, so 5 damage. Because last time, doesn't matter. And look at you, next one, misses. So bam. All right, the first one.
Now my turn, Scaly.
And he takes his sword.
Here, have another taste.
And he takes the scimitar. And this time, instead of trying to fake you out because you were expecting that, you're able to deflect the first scimitar with your sword. You see the sparks of metal as swords clang. And you hear that hollow sound as the metal dings against each other. But the shattering of the swords and the clanging, he's stronger than you realize. And in that moment of hesitation, he's able to just sweep out and come down with his sword and hit your leg at your ankle. It chips into your bone, and the pain is searing as it shoots up through your leg into your heart, almost putting you in shock as you can feel your bone almost shattering in your ankle. Now, and that was, of course, 5 damage. Now it is Hans Sullivan's turn.
All right. I am going to command Quoth to fly up and be flapping right behind the goblin, like in the ear, right beside it, to distract it, and do the help action for Malkavia's next attack.
Okay. And that will just give him advantage. All right.
Yep.
Okay, that can work. You just kind of try and distract him or something, so he's not kind of like paying attention, or.
Yep. Do the help action through him.
And
And I'm staying back though.
I'm wondering how that should. How is the bird helping? What is it doing? Like just again,
Just flapping in its ears, in his ear, kind of just distracting him.
all right, that could work. I could see how that could work for just he's not expecting it. All right, so yeah, that works. Go ahead, Malkavia has his van, and then you're just gonna stay back there.
No.
Yeah,
Well, for Malkavia, is it possible to get into flanking position on his opposite side at this point if I loop around the tree and get right up on him without getting in the entanglement area?
Well, that one by the water, that goblin is not entangled, so that side is safe. But once you go to like where the leader's at, that's still an entanglement. The leader just, of course, he didn't fail. He passed his saving throw. So as long as you don't, you'd be safe if you were like right where that other goblin's at by the water. But if you stepped and tried to literally stand right behind where you'd be within a melee attack or melee attack of the goblin boss, then you'd have to do a saving throw for the entanglement.
Okay. Then I guess I'll still use my bow. I was gonna see if I could get, flanking position on him and hit him melee, but if it's in the entanglement area, then no. In this case, I will pull out a special arrow.
Oh.
I was just thinking about those.
And I will shoot him with the special arrow.
All right.
Adam.
We'll say,
Will it
go
miss?
ahead and see if you damage. Let's see if it actually hits first.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, wait, that only did
Did you
damage.
think-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what's your roll? I was like, wait a minute, where's the roll?
No, I thought it was going to do both of them. I forgot. Yeah, hold on. Ooh, 16?
Oh no, it's 17, buddy.
Ah!
So close. All right, so that, even though you take out, or do you want to do it? You can do it.
Yeah, I take out this noxious smelling arrow and launch it right by him, and I guess it just goes, falls straight into a tree that's close by.
Thunk. And you see, as it hits the tree, you see, a little bit of smoke come up from the, where it had hit the tree. So you can tell it, would have been a nasty little taste that the goblin boss would have got. All right, so we are at the top of round again. It is now Malkavia's turn.
I just went.
I'm sorry. Scraps. I'm sorry, what am I thinking? Go ahead, Scraps.
Okay, so, can I get? There's only the captain and one other goblin that's sleeping, right?
Yeah, and we're I'd say we're on the 4th round of combat right now, so there's still 6 more rounds. They're going to be asleep. So they got to sleep for a little while, and one of them is entangled, those goblins, but the goblin boss is neither entangled nor asleep, so he is the only one up.
Can I run in between basically the two of them, kind of? In between the goblin boss and the one that's sleeping?
No, you cannot. They are right next to each other at this point because he moved up to fight Razanor.
Oh, those two. Oh, then I'll just get on on Razanor's right-hand side, right beside that other goblin.
Next to the tree stump, or
Yeah.
his sword arm. His sword arm.
Yeah, his sword arm.
Okay, so right in front of Malkavia. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a gap, so yes, you could fit there. You'd have to wiggle in between Scraps and everybody to get over there, but there's a small gap of space, so yeah, you could get there. You'd only be able to hit the goblin boss from where you're at now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to run up and scream in goblin anger, and then I'm going to use my kobold racial, grovel, cower, and beg, as I drop to the ground to my knees, both my hands on the ground in front of me, and go, "Please don't kill me, you're so strong, I'm just a weak little kobold, and you're such a strong goblin, don't hurt us, please!" And
I like it.
until my next turn, any allies have advantage on attack rolls at enemies within 10 feet of me.
I changed.
Nice.
I like you, Cobbled. I'll let you be my slave after all. I'll step on you to get on my work.
So I linked it in the Roll20 if you guys want to reread it. But yeah, everybody gets advantage on any of the goblins within 10 feet of me until my next turn because they're distracted by my groveling.
That's awesome. That is really good. That's pretty funny. You're just sitting there begging, and my guy doesn't know what to do. All right. So you're on beg.
But you're taking out the kitten. Like, you're just chucking it at it.
Please.
It has advantage.
No, don't do that to the poor mountain lion. Don't be all evil party. You're the good party. Only evil party kills things.
I'm not saying to kill the lion. It's another ally to attack.
That's true. So now it's Alistair's turn.
Okay. All right. I'm going to shillelagh it again. Since
All
I'm in
right.
close combat with him. See if it works. Ooh,
Nice.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Finally.
Double damage.
Nice.
Well, two extra dice roll.
Yeah, it says
Come on, man. Do it good. Do it good.
+4.
That arrogant freaking.
Ooh,
Well, go ahead and describe it. He's done.
So I'm like,
Nice.
I think we've had just about enough out of you. And I bring my shillelagh down squarely on his head, and his head just explodes like an overripe melon.
Before you do that, he can tell that death is coming from your rage. Wait! I'll give everything back. I will. Wait! Too late. Or do you want to wait?
Oh no.
No.
Too late. You had your chance. We've
It's-
got one of his friends entangled and asleep, so we don't need him.
Exactly.
All right, so he is down. Goblin boss is gone down. It's a shame I had him all named too. You never learned his name. He is gone.
To
So
be fair, he didn't learn any of our names either.
that's true.
True.
That's true. He
didn't
wasn't
make
very
the
social.
effort. Why should we?
All right, so now you got the two that are JC just moved the goblin boss onto the. Don't worry about it. He's dead. He just accidentally dropped him on top of the stump, and we can't get it right now.
I just wanted to show the camera. Him
Sorry.
laying flat down dead.
All right. So you still got those two. One's entangled and asleep, and one is just asleep.
So
Yeah, the question is, do we want to interrogate them? What
Yes.
are we doing here? Okay, all right.
yeah.
Sounds like we only need to interrogate one.
I just no, you gotta kill one in front of the other so that the other one talks. But I dismissed-
good
I
idea.
dismissed the
Damn.
entangle.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'll walk up to one of the sleeping ones. I think Faraday's the next turn, yeah? Faraday's next after Alistair.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll walk up to one of them and be like, try and like nudge him, kick him with my foot, like I'm like wearing the bear pelt over my pith hat. Just like a trickle of blood on the pith hat. I'd be like, chap, wake up, wake up! And I'll jab the front of the armed crossbow in his face, trying to wake him up.
I swear, I didn't eat all the rat meat.
What? And he
Be
stumbles.
quiet, man. Be quiet.
Is he saying that in common?
He looks over. He looks over at the goblin leader. Because he can see the splattered body on the ground. Black. I give up.
I'm just gonna backhand them. Even though my unarmed strikes do 0 damage. I'm still gonna whack it though. I'm gonna be like,
It's the prince. You've embarrassed him. It's the principle of the thing. You've taken away his pride. So, all right. So you backhanded him. He's on the ground, just basically, he saw his friend over there. So he's just totally. If you can destroy the Great Black, then you must be the badass. So he's just cowering in fear, begging for mercy.
I give. Here, we have things we can give back. Give back.
Only thing we want from you is information.
I tell. No kill.
What kind
Where's
of
the
things?
where are all the things you've stolen? We want to return them back to their rightful owners.
On Black, there wasn't much we had recently spent, but everything Black has,
Slap
I
him
swear, Black has. Let go.
Where does a goblin go shopping?
He's the ones who raided the caravan.
Yeah, but they said that they spent it. Or did I hear that wrong?
Is that what he said?
Oh God, you had to press me with that hard ass question. Goddamn, stop bringing logic into this. Just roll with it.
Vendors, man. Goblin vendors.
Yeah, they
Goblin-
spent
other
it on
goblins. Yes.
goblin sinful activities.
Can I
Goblin
judge the bolt?
activity.
Can I put the bolt right in his forehead and roll an intimidation?
Yes.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Please
Very,
do not
very-
hold them in the
I don't know
animal.
why he's already cowering in fear, but go ahead. I mean, the
13.
intimidation roll.
13.
Yeah, I was gonna say just beat a 5, because he's so
Yeah,
afraid.
13.
Okay, so you definitely passed.
Please, I've said I've told you where everything at that stole. Please.
He begins to pee himself. You see, like the pee come down.
That's really all I want.
I don't want to
Do you
die.
even know what they stole, or did they just steal money?
There was food and mostly just food. We ate of it, very small amount of copper on drivers. Mostly just food. And lots of liquor too, we drink.
I come up to it and I say, "Are there more of you? How many more are there? There's never just this few goblins. Where's the rest of you?"
We've been getting. We were hunted by mountain lions recently. It wiped out the rest of us. We were hoping to just walk away and travel down the Coromir area with what we have. We were leaving, we swear we were leaving.
This, Razanor reaches into his bag and holds it
Yes.
like close to him so the goblin can't get it. It's like, do you mean this, mountain lion?
He shits himself. Literally, he shits himself.
Oh God, so embarrassed.
Insight him to make for the whole part where you were saying that there's not much of them left.
Yeah, there's there's not much. He said that they're getting wiped out by the mountain lions. So that's basically there was just him and his friends left here, which 10 goblins or 8 to 10 goblins on a caravan is a decent amount because you had 6 here.
All right, so I guess there's no use for you anymore. Is that right?
Well, I told you everything. I kept word. I no hit you. Let go. Please, you good people. I can tell you good. Look, I can tell.
Yeah, we
Please.
just tie these
Wait.
chaps up.
Hold
and
up, hold
let
up, hold up.
Nature
Wait.
run its course.
Have you seen anything odd? And I pull out another one of the poison arrows that might have a smell like this. And I hold it up to him.
No recognized smell, but smell good. Maybe make stew?
Have you seen any strange creatures that seem to be made of wood, skulking around at night, perhaps going towards the nearby town?
We stay away from town. Only attack those outside. May see nothing more, please.
Stop your wailing, men. You're not helping your situation.
He's silent. He just goes silent. He's just he's shivering. You see him just like shaking.
All right, can I check the bodies for any kind of treasure or clues or anything?
Absolutely, you can.
And while he does that, think we should probably like tie them up because the other one's probably gonna be waking
Yeah,
up.
be waking up. I was just about to say.
He's gonna be waking up.
All right, so here we go. What is that? Investigation? 19.
All right, so you were searching for some. All right, so on the goblins, you definitely
Searching
do.
for anything, any clues or treasure, anything that I could find.
On one of the goblins, in the first thing you find is inside the pockets is one of the labels that apparently must have been on some of the alcohol or that they stole, and it actually says, the Red Roof Tavern. So
Okay, I'll put that in my pocket. Okay.
So that lets you know they've at least been drinking some of Kessler's alcohol. Right there. And then on the rest, let's see what else was on these. Hold on. Give me one moment, guys.
I got this.
If anybody has the notes.
I got this. Staff of the Wildlands for me. Staff of the Magi.
No. Those things were. Look, you might fool me in 5e things like some of the 5e rules because I slip up from 2e, but I know those things from second edition, so that's not going to work, guys. Don't even be like yes, and I also get a dragon orb, an orb of dragon kind. Yes, we find that amongst the treasure.
Does anybody remember how many gold pieces per goblin it was?
Well, that's the thing I'm looking up right now.
Per goblin.
On the goblins, you find various foodstuffs, like from your investigating, you rolled a 17.
Sorry, my smoke alarm's going off.
Holy crap! I thought it was us for a second.
That was mine.
That was them. It's not us, Lonnie. It's not us. That was his smoke alarm. Lonnie's looking all around, or JC's looking all around.
It's going to go off again. Sorry.
Yeah, we're hearing his ooh. Oh my god. All right. So you
That's
get
what
various.
you get for asking for the staff of the Magi.
Yes. But you get various foodstuffs. It looks like there's cheese, apples. There's some salted beef in there and salted pork. So you are getting a lot of like goods for actual eating that tavern supplies, things like that. One of them does have a flask of alcohol. Looks like there's some alcohol left. And then
Okay,
I'll let you.
I will also put that in my pocket.
All right.
I take a wheel
it.
of cheese and I just start taking bites out of the wheel of cheese.
All right. We're going to have to go ahead, though, and cut it here now that combat's over. We'll start with the RPing instantly. When we start up on our next game, you can start, talking to the guys a little bit more or whatever. But we have to wrap it up here.
You forgot to mention each one of the goblins has a spell book on them.
Oh, yes, because we all know at level 1, goblins run around with spell books. Yes,
and don't forget about the Holy Avenger.
Yeah, Karzamir is not running around here, okay?
And we all level up.
I know the name of the most famous sword in Faerun. It's not running around here in Daggerdale.
The goblins don't have it? No?
No, they don't.
And that the scimitar that the goblin leader was using wasn't Stardust? Or what was it?
It's not icing death. It is not icing death from Drist. It is not Drist to Erden's sword. So, and it's not Twinkle, or I think is it Twinkle?
Twinkle, that's what it was.
It's not Twinkle. And the other one's Icing Death, if I'm not mistaken. All
If
right.
I remember correctly, that goblin captain had the sword of Kaz.
Gosh, so true. We're gonna wrap it up here, everybody. For people who are watching, we just wanted to make sure we finish combat so we could start on a nice, RP session. We start next in 2 weeks from now. Please join us again. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to all our people that have subscribed to us. Thank you for all the people just coming here and watching us. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Everything you're doing is helping. We look at this stuff every day, trust me. And we're constantly trying to improve the stream. We do take all the criticism that y'all give, and we do try to implement it. Some things faster than others. We just don't have all the time that we'd like. We have to do other things trying to actually make money until we can make a lot of money off this. So thanks. Please join us this coming Friday. We'll be having another show at 6 p.m. And I'm going to be getting a group together, and we're going to start playing Baldur's Gate 3. So you'll be able to watch me play solo, and then also just hit the mic. Also with multiplayer, you'll be able to watch us do that. So you'll be able to watch me and a bunch of other people actually do our session as players on Baldur's Gate. So you'll get the live sessions here with the Dwarven Forge, and then also the PC Dungeons and Dragons as well. So you can join us for that. All right, we'll see y'all later, and thank you for coming by. Bye bye. We're gonna.
Thank you guys.
Might be a few seconds before we actually leave here because JC is adjusting the camera. So I'm gonna dance for a few seconds until we go.
Yeah, dance with that wonderful wig.
I'm gonna shake my hair. I shake my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. And let me know when we're out, and I will stop dancing.
That's dedicated.